Good evening, everyone, and welcome to round 2 of Gold. And this is going to be a cracking night of racing, I have no doubt about that. Then we are here in the middle of the desert. We are here at Sakir for the Bahrainian Grand Prix. If that's how you say it, I'm not too sure, but never mind. We'll get going anyway then. So as you can see, we're just looking at the track map right now and just about ready to get cracking on this. What is going to be an absolutely fantastic action of racing again here tonight. Then we're just going, as we've got a couple of guys already jumping into the comments. Well, lovely stuff indeed there from all of you, and it's really good to have you along for this incredible journey. I have no doubt about that. Then just taking a look at the drivers and the constructors standing, shall we? Of course, it's only been one round so far, so very much so of course it's very much as you were from Australia. Then Emerson is leading the championship, albeit of course it was Reserve who won the first race of the season for the first time in ALR history, wasn't it? Eat the Cookie, who's free from free at the moment there. He's really very much at the top of the tree, isn't he? We have got Granty, who is second of all. Once again, the two championship protagonists from the last two seasons are once again top of the tree as well. Good stuff indeed then. And I got to say, it's free and free, isn't it, for those guys? Incredible stuff indeed then. Young Lights is further in the championship. They're at 6 points behind the leader. Young Lights has had a fantastic start to the season. Really good stuff indeed then. Murphy fourth, then with XR fifth. Alhan in sixth position. Good stuff on his debut there for Alhan. Lovely stuff. Echo seventh and Farf in eighth position. Of course, two reserves scored last week, so that's why they're not on the old score sheet. Even though potentially they are on the score sheet, but I've hidden them. In the constructors, then we have Red Bull, of course, the season 1 constructors champions, who are very much top of the constructors table at the moment. Now, 19 points in front of Renault, who is second. Remember, Renault didn't even complete last season, did they? They had Napoleon into the season, unfortunately for them. We've got Williams in third position now, of course, the constructors champions from last season. Now, Alpha Tari in fourth position. Fifth position is the Racing Point. Haas is in sixth position. Oh, I nearly said a naughty word there, goodness me. Seventh position is the Mercedes team. Ferrari is in 8th, and Alfa Romeo and McLaren are 9th and 10th. And lovely stuff indeed then from the constructors as well. Then we're just ready to get going. In I think there might be a slight delay, but we will not be too long before we get to racing around here. 15 turns around this 2004 built circuit, so it's quite a modern one, isn't it? Good stuff indeed. Then even though there's only 14 turns there, turn 15 is not really a turn, is it? It's more of an acceleration zone, isn't it? 3 DRS zones around here as well, so I've got to say, there's going to be absolutely a lot of overtaking. If anyone remembers last season, my goodness me, Jonathan Cox, I think that was his one of his last times he was on pole position, unfortunately, and it was on pole position last time. He was on pole position, unfortunately, for Jonathan there, and he really had some difficulties after that, didn't he? Which is such a shame, man. But yeah, I think let's see what Jonathan can do then, because he's had a very action-packed week, hasn't he, Jonathan Hansen? And let's quickly go through the old comment, shall we? We got Laggy Racer. Happy birthday, Laggy Racer! Then, as I gotta say, I hope you're having a good day today, and I hope you get some points as well. Young Light saying hello, Ginger, for Love Heart as well. Hello, Lights. Hope you're well. Velocity saying you're not Ginger, you're a fraud. How dare you? We've also got Young Like saying good luck, everyone. Jonathan saying good evening, Sean. Last race of the day, as you know. Yes, Jonathan's had a very busy old schedule, hasn't he? We have got Laggy Racer as well saying birthday race. Mumford, evening, Sean. Evening, Mumford. Ayrton saying hello, Sean. We've also got good to be back racing there from Tansy as well. Tansy missed the first race, but he's back in action tonight. And let's hope I don't have a DNF as well. Aim to, Q2 is an aim there for Tansy. Lovely stuff indeed then. Great stuff then. And so just waiting for, I think we're just waiting for Nigel to get in the lobby then as well. We've got Velocity saying he is going to win tonight then. We've also got Granty. Hello, my husband. Hello, Granty. Hope you're having a fine afternoon as well then. I hope you all are indeed then, and I really hope you have a cracking day of racing then. We got 19 cars in lobby. Droft Ass is I think he's missing in action at the moment. Don't worry about that, he will be back ready for the race, I have no doubt about that then. Right then, so here we go then. This is qualifying. We do full qualifying in ALR in all 3 divisions, which is absolutely fantastic, isn't it? It's where the strategy really gets going, isn't it? Just taking a look at this lovely track, as I said, purpose built back in 2004, wasn't it? On an Oasis, wasn't it? Goodness me. And of course that first race was was basically just dominated by Ferrari and Schumacher, really, wasn't it? The second race was very good, wasn't it? As Gunnar said, are you commentating from a tunnel? Yes, I am. We got a bit of I know we got a bit of a tingy sound, unfortunately, on Facebook there, as we're still trying to work out the old glitches and stuff. Being in IT, you would think I know exactly what to do, but turn off and turn back on doesn't really work. So yeah, I'm a bit lost on this one. I dare try and fix it? I'm tempted to, but I'll probably break it all together. So I dare not touch it. It's, you know, my P45 will be coming in the post in a not too distant future. I don't want that, though, do I? We've got Mumford saying aim for Q3 and points. I was bigging up Mumford in the first race there. Unfortunately, it didn't go too well, did it? But hopefully Mumford can have a better race here tonight as well. Young like still saying good luck everyone as well then. So then from the last race then we didn't have unfortunately we didn't have Tansy racing, but he is racing tonight, and of course we didn't have Laggy Racer racing tonight either, so both of them making their first appearances in ALR. Also a full debut here tonight as well for Itchy. Of course he did race in silver, I believe, last week, didn't he? But he is now making his full debut in a gold tonight, so good stuff indeed then. As Gavin is saying, an awful echo on the Facebook stream there, but yeah, I know I'm not really too sure what I can do about that at the moment, and I might try and fix it during qualifying, but he was kind of like thrown it, just kind of thrown together really, as unfortunately our original stream didn't work there, did it? And that's what you get for paying. The best things come for free in life, isn't it? Eat the Cookie is the first man out on track in the AlphaTauri this time. He is going for 4 for 4 in terms of race wins. It's absolutely fantastic, isn't it? I gotta say, Eat the Cookie has been brilliant, hasn't he? Since the get-go, in his first debut, of course, in France there, and he has won in every single ALR race he has participated in. He's been on pole position in every single race apart from last time out in Australia, where Emerson got his 5th pole position of his career then. And we've got Drofast in the lobby, but we haven't got Nigel, because Nigel, who once again will be starting at the back of the field for 2 races in a row, the world champion of season 1 there, unfortunately then, so that's not so Nigel 2 for 2 now, unfortunately then. We're on board with Eat the Cookie as well then. Let's take a look then at last year's pole position time, shall we? Because I gotta say, last season's pole position time was set by Jonathan at 27.260, the all-time but of course the which I think is the all-time lap record, isn't it? If I'm not very much mistaken. Indeed it is not. It's Jochen with a 26.352 then. Is that going to be broken here tonight? Then we'll find out in just a few moments then. Let's come through then, and let's go on board then. Feed the Cookie then. He comes over the grid hats as well. 3 DRS zones around here, so we've got a lot of drag reduction systems as well. Ayrton saying Crofty out, Sean in there, hashtag get that trending. I've got to say that the only difference is I don't like flying, so, and I don't like going on the boat either, and I've never been out the country unless you count Wales as going abroad. We're on board with the Cookie then, so he's coming through turn 2 as well then, climbing up the hill then. Yeah, so yeah, it's not going too well on the on your Facebook, is it? We've also got Nigel saying 2 for 2 at the back. Yeah, that's unfortunate for Nigel. That's the first time in his career that he is going to be out. He's going to be starting at the back twice, and I think it's the first time in his career that he's actually been out of Q3 twice in a row. Incredible stuff, isn't it? Goodness me, you're very chatty here tonight, aren't you? Gosh, I'm starting to keep up with you all. Goodness gracious me! And just taking a look then as Eat the Cookie there is coming in to turn 9 and 10. It's a very difficult. Corner 9 and 10 is. Isn't it? It's a double turning zone, isn't it? But I gotta say, it's very it's very challenging, isn't it? Of course, I think Austin tried to replicate that, didn't they, in their final part of the course as well. Unfortunately, there is no race in America this season, is there? Because of the pandemic, unfortunately. So, but luckily for us, we go back to Imola and the Nürburgring. My goodness me! And before having our first race in Portugal since 1996, when we was in the beautiful Estoril circuit. So that was good, wasn't it? Anyway, then, but Eat the Cookie there coming out of the final turn as well. Then there's a yellow flag. There's a Ferrari off, and I think it's Drofast who's had a problem there. It's a 25.4. We've already smashed the lap record here. Wow, in ALR, my goodness me, then we're only 5 minutes into the session, and already we've already got lap records being broke. Laggy Racer is second fastest moment. He's 3 tenths of a second away from the lap record, which is set by Jochen back in season 1. So we're already quicker than the season 1 times. There is a Darren saying, "Hey, up Gunnar, mate." Then good stuff, then. Oh, sorry, as we got Mumford there, who's just coming on the back straight as well. We got a McLaren of, I think it's Fireshot, who's just about to finish his lap. No, yeah, he's just starting his lap then. As a Fireshot, is always a man who does enjoy giving me a good old ribble too, doesn't he? Anyway, we've got Droflas there coming through the final turn. He's going to start his lap now. Good stuff indeed there from Droflas. Just taking a look then, we've got ALR, Sammy there. As, no, it's ALR, isn't it, Sammy? And he is in that third position at the moment, and Sammy is good stuff indeed there. He has done a 27 then. Mumford back into the 26.5 there, and he's only a whisker away from Eat the Cookie, who I gotta say, since debuting in ALR, he has been the benchmark. He has been the gold standard here in gold, hasn't he? And Itchy there is only fifth fast at the moment then. Fireshot is out on track at the moment. Tansy has invalidated his time there, so he's going to have to go around again. Droflas is also out as well. I got Young Lights there. He's flicking it through. Turn 12 as well. Lovely shot here from Young Lights there. Of course, he got full position in Australia. Can he go one better and get on the podium for that'd be interesting stuff indeed then. Will ALR's biggest fan get pole position then? Oh, well, we'll soon see that as well. Of course, even though I do think that Darren is probably ALR's biggest fan at the moment then. Or is he? I've got to say, there's a lot of big fans of yours out there as well. And Young Lights goes into a 25. My apologies, by the way, as I think I thought that there was someone a lot closer to Eat the Cookie as well, but I think I've read that completely wrong. I have indeed. Mumford is a second away. Yellow Flag is out in the second sector and also in the first sector as well then. So yeah, we've got yellow flags out there. Do not worry about that for now then, because of course the yellow flags is mainly for people slowing down really. Droflas goes over the line. He is currently fifth fast at the moment now. Lovely stuff indeed there. 26.3. Lovely, beautiful job indeed then. We've also got Mr. Elite out there as well. Mr. Elite then in the first race there. He had an interesting race, didn't he? Unfortunately, though, he didn't get any points today. Remember in Russia last season, in the first races, Mr. Elite is usually a strong contender for some major points. I think that's the first time in a first race that he's done in the season is that he hasn't scored points there for Mr. Elite. Then can he bounce back? Then of course he finished in the top 10 last season. That was his best season in terms of championship position, wasn't it? So good stuff there from Mr. Elite. But I think in terms of actual pointage, I think season 2 was probably more competitive, wasn't it, for Mr. Elite's point of view. Fireshot has gone off the track at the moment. He's currently fourth. Milan is slipped right underneath me there, hasn't he? He is up in the third fast in the Alfa Romeo then, and Mumford is currently down in 8th position. But of course, he wants to target Q3 at the moment. That is not the case for Mumford, is it? As just on board there, Mr. Elite then, as he is flying through turn 13 as well, taking a lot of curbage from Mr. Elite then before coming on the power as well in the Esteban Ocon car, and down into 14 and 15. I'm hoping that there's an update soon where the drivers have their own numbers, but yeah, maybe I'm just gonna sit here and wait forever on that one. Here comes Mr. Elite coming up to the line. He goes at 9th fast mode as Emerson is also out on track as well. Let's see what Emerson can do. Farfare is currently in the pits at the moment. We're keeping an eye on what Farfare does. Remember, he won this race in season 2. Remember the first 2 races of season 2. Farf was the benchmark, wasn't he? He was fantastic, wasn't he? Unfortunately, Farf didn't have a good race, did he? In gold, he had a good race in bronze there, but unfortunately, a puncture ended his hopes and dreams of gold there, didn't he? Unfortunately, because that would have been Farf's first race win in ALR in well over a year now, isn't it? Goodness me, he's had a very long time since the last time he's won a race in ALR. Of course, he has won a Grand Prix, hasn't he? In ALR 3 times so far. Emerson is fastest. He has really improved on his qualifying performances, hasn't he, Emerson? I'd say that an Achilles heel for both Granty and Emerson was that one lap pace, but my goodness me, they are doing a fantastic job this season. And Granty, I think, is just cruising back at the moment. So we're keeping on what Granty does. But here comes Exile in the Haas there, as Haas has reverted back to their traditional colours. Before they were black and gold, now they're just white, red and black then, aren't they? Of course, that was the colour scheme that they started off with in Formula 1, wasn't it? Is Exile there coming out of the coming out of turn 13 as well before dropping down the hill in the Kevin Magnussen car. Of course, one of my favourite drivers Kevin Magnussen is. I do enjoy Kevin Magnussen. I think he's a great talent, he really is. Then as Darren saying, Young Lights has improved so much. He has, hasn't he? I think he's looking good on this game. Same with Mumford as well, but at the moment Mumford hasn't shown his true pace, has he? Exile goes 9th fast mode. He is in the cusp of the top 10 at the moment. Lovely stuff indeed then. Sam is 7/10 to the second down. We'll leave him to it for now. Tansy making his first appearance in ALR this season. I think this will be his 5th appearance overall for Tansy in the pair. Oh goodness me, in the pair Gasly car there, but got to say, he was getting very shaky there, wasn't he? Dropping down the hill. And coming over now. So this is the first qualifying session, and in qualifying 1, we are aiming to lose 5 drivers. Unfortunately, we've already lost 1 driver, and that is Nigel. Unfortunately, as Nigel is going to be on the back for the 2nd race in a row. Unfortunately for Nigel, that is such a shame, isn't it? So we're just watching Tansi there as he powers up the hill then. Excuse me. Oh gosh, it's that pork chop I just there. It's really coming back to It's giving me some revenge. Oh gosh. Anyway, we're coming out turn 13 as well. Now dropping down the hill. Then we've got 1 more corner to go, even though technically it's class as 2 on the FIA official track map. But there we go. I do have my arguments with the corner numbers, but that's just a thing that I really need to get over, really, don't I? There's a lot more important things in life. Tansi a bit slow on the DRS there. He is currently the slowest of the cars at a set time mode in the AlphaTauri. Really strong for pace at the moment. Here comes Murphy. Of course, he was fantastic in silver, wasn't he? Of course, he won the race, and that is his 2nd ALR race win in all divisions. But of course, that's his 1st race win in silver. He's never had a race win in gold yet, has he? Murphy hasn't, but he has been 2nd on a couple of occasions. Remember in Canada last season, he was fantastic. He really was, wasn't he? But of course, he's never got onto that top step. Is today going to be the day? He quite likes Bahrain, but so does another man who's really good around Bahrain, and that is Jonathan Cox. But I've got to say, Emerson's looking pretty sweet as well out there at the moment. Lovely stuff indeed then on board there. Murphy there, he's done a 0-4 in the 2nd sector. Lovely stuff there from Murphy as he comes over the crest, and I'm sure I called him Emerson there. I apologise. And now he's dropping down the hill as well. We've got a lot of love hearts going on in the old chat at the moment there. I don't think it's Valentine's Day for at least another year. I think it's in February, isn't it? I don't know. That just shows about my life in that kind of category. Murphy cuts over the line. He is behind his teammate at the moment. Murphy is on a 26.3 there. I was expecting a bit more pace there from Murphy. I'm wondering if he's just playing the old sandbag game there. Payne's there. Payne's was fantastic, wasn't he, in silver last week? He really was, wasn't he? I think, and I really think that Payne's has really stepped up a gear, hasn't he? Looking forward to seeing what Payne's could do, because he was a bit unlucky towards the end of the race last week. But he's saying, "Go Itchy!" Into the pits, there comes Tansi as well. Farf is out on track at the moment, and he's in the 1st sector as well. Grant is also on track as well. On board with Farf, as I said, a former race winner around this course. So let's see what he can do as well. Look at this. He's coming through the S as well, dropping down the hill before coming into turn 8 as well. Hamilton had a big old smash there in 2008, didn't he? It wasn't really a good year for Hamilton back then in 2008, because I think he also went over Alonso's rear wing, didn't he? There's a lot of misdemeanors going around saying that Alonso eased off the throttle there, did they? It was a bit of foul play. I'm sure Alonso would never do that. Farf is on the back straight as well. Of course, I think there's a drag strip around there, isn't there? Now then, as he powers up the hill once again, Farf in the red and yellow helmet there. A bit more traditional of helmet colours for Farf this season, because I think he just had a plain black helmet for most of last season, didn't he? But he's gone back to some more designage, hasn't he, as well? And Tansi is saying the pace is not there at the moment. I've also got Grandad Hilton. I think that's Dave, who is hello Sean, you're so talented and entertaining. I gotta say, I'm not talented, but I'm entertaining for probably the wrong reasons, to be honest, and with my old Forester accent, old butts. Favre comes across the line. He is the only man in the 27th at the moment, and he's got to really get his toe down, hasn't he? And so is both the Williams boys, actually, because both of them are actually 18th and 19th at the moment. Grant, he gets his toe down. He is the 2nd fastest car out there at the moment. He's a 10th of the way, or less than a 10th of the way there from Emerson at the moment. There's Lost Souls there. He crashed in the same place where Maldonado crashed, didn't he? Back in oh goodness me, that back end is getting very waggy, isn't it? It's like an excited dog. He's in the pits then, Los Solis, and he's having a tough life to the start of gold then, but he's got 4 minutes to get himself down and back out there, and we'll find out if he's got enough time. I think it's going to be very much touch and go. Tansi is saying he didn't have the pace, and he has to find some pace in the next 4 minutes. Sam is back out on track at the moment, and he is on the cusp. Mumford is right down there. I'm surprised to see Mumford down there. Let's see what Mumford could do there. Maybe he's sandbagging as well. Sam has found some immense time in the final sector. Lovely stuff from the Haas driver. Ayrton is commenting on how much I love a good helmet. I do enjoy a helmet as well, but Sam's got a plain white one here at the moment there. So I'm hoping that Sam Might get a might spruce that up a bit. I think he was had a white helmet in Australia as well, didn't he? Lovely shot here from the side of the track then, and you can see then those JCB diggers there. They got to say since the Jules Bianchi accident, they've frightened the life out of me. Those diggers do now, really do. And you could understand why Martin Brundle always used to get very skittish when they was coming on track as well, when it wasn't a safety car or anything like that. Oh, Sam is gone outside of the track limits there, and because of that, he is going to have to go around again then. Those soft tires are not going to be up to scratch, are they? Oh dear, this is not good at all, is it, for Sammy then? And he's going to have to go around again then. What about Tansy? Tansy starts his lap as well, and a lock up on the side of the figures right on side of the wheel there, wasn't it? We've got Favre, who's had a much better time. He is up into 7 faster mode in the second Ferrari. Lovely stuff indeed there. And now they're climbing up the hill once again. Tansy is 18 faster mode. He is the slowest of the runners at a set of time so far. He's 2/10 of a second away. Tansy did say that he's really struggling, isn't he? He's 8600 a second up at the moment now in the, I think that's the Pierre Gasly car, isn't it? I think he's carrying the number 10. I think the other man that carried the number 10 in Formula 1, wasn't it Kamubi Kobe? Oh goodness me, he's off the track. Tansy is off the track there, and oh gosh, he hasn't damaged the car, so he's got enough time to get around there. But Tansy there has really got to get himself going now, hasn't he? Sam is back out. Well, no, he hasn't. He's got to start another lap there. We're keeping on what Mumford is doing at the moment. He is currently in qualifying too, but only by 79 hundredths of a second there. Good stuff indeed then. I'm just saying, this is just me, or all the car numbers or are the real car numbers on the car? They are on the real car numbers are on the car, unfortunately. I don't think Mumford is wearing the number 7 again. Then number 7 is actually classed as quite a lucky number, isn't it? Number 7 is. So hopefully Mumford would use that to his advantage. Then he's in the Kimi Raikkonen car. I do want an update, so they do have their own numbers though. But of course, that's just a personal thing for me. Then times are so close again there from Darren there, and Digel also saying another new glitch said. I gotta say, overall, I think this game's been alright, actually, in terms of glitches, in my opinion, but I'm not sure what you guys think. I haven't really had many glitches, really, apart of the famous one, of course, is where that bloke was walking on water when his boat went missing, which was quite funny. Which I gotta say, I'm glad they actually go fix that. Mumford goes 9th fastest. That's not a glitch. That's great time there for Mumford. He is up in the 9th position at the moment, and that should be safe. Should be. Dan is feeling a bit perilous down there, isn't he? We got Sam, who is not really lighting the time sheets up at all. Then we got Tansy out there as well. What about Lost Souls? We're on board Lost Souls there. So we're on with the over the shoulder of the Williams. Lovely stuff indeed. And we'll keep an eye on what Lost Souls can do then. Sam there is just I think just building up as well. We're on board with Murphy at the moment, and it's, oh, I've got a gust of breeze there, and flick my hair to the left-hand side then. I've got to shut the window then, so I think the neighbour's going to think I've gone crazy. Mumford, I have gone a bit crazy there. I've been crazy for years. Mumford, it is Murphy, not Mumford. I got to say, they probably are very similar, aren't they? But Murphy comes over the line, apart from one's in a red car and one's in a white car. White and pink car. As Murphy comes across the line, he goes 10th fastest, Murphy does at the moment now. Interesting times there for Murphy. I'm expecting Murphy to be a bit more up there. Itchy is 1900 of a second away. Cookie has retired from the session, but he is happy. I think happy as Larry up there at the moment. Mr. Lee is out of track as well. Tansy 2200 a second down, and Farshaw's retired from the session as well. Tansy is 9800 of a second away at the moment now. Tansy just hasn't got the pace at this stage of proceedings, at this stage of the event, has he? Eat the cookie with a wing glitch though. So Mr. Lee there 10th of a second number as well. Sam also out on track as well. Droft ass is performing. What about Laggy? Laggy is 2/10 of a second up on his birthday. Laggy is. So let's see if we can get some points there on his debut for ALR as well. Laggy, a long time ALR driver, and we'll go through the stats then for Laggy a bit later on this session. But before we do, let's take a look, see what he does at the moment. He's 8th fastest, Laggy is. Goodness gracious me, lovely stuff indeed then. What about Itchy? Itchy comes up to the line, and I think it Itchy stays 14th. He does stay 14th. He's lost 2/10 of a second there. We got a Renault driver, Mr. Elite, coming through the final turn then. What could he do then as he is coming up to the line then? And Mr. Elite is only 17th fastest. That's it for Mr. Elite. And he is out of qualifying. Sam is invalidated this time. He's out of qualifying as well. So what about Exxon? Exxon moves up to 14th. Itchy is dropped down. Droft fast is 5 seconds off the pace. Droft fast is out of qualifying as well. Oh goodness me. We got our 5 drivers there out of qualifying. Oh dear, oh dear. Darren is saying that Droftfast could be out. Wow, and that is a shocker, isn't it, for Droftfast? The man who finished 2nd in silver is unfortunately having to bow out of qualifying 1 here at this stage of proceedings. And what a shame there for the Ferrari driver then. Mr. Elite only 17th fast as well then, so there are some really big names that have been knocked out of qualifying. Of course, we've lost Nigel for the second week in a row, but this time it was more of an issue getting in the lobby than anything else there for Nigel. Unfortunately, we've also lost Tansy, of course, making a debut here in F1 2020 on ALR the season. Good stuff indeed. That, as Matt has just said in the Facebook view, echoing Sean. Yes, I am. I've got I haven't done my sound settings correct, and I'm too scared to touch them. We've also got Mr. Elite out as well. Drop Fast is also out then, as Emerson retired from the session then, and but he is through. Lovely stuff indeed then. Sam was 4/10 of a second up, a bit of a touch of the curve, and it invalidates me. So Sam there really pushing the edge of the track limits, or maybe he was still in track limits by the sounds of that, but unfortunately because of that it didn't help him there at all, did it? So he's out of qualifying as well. As Mr. Lee there, 2/10 a second up down in the final lap then, so he definitely had pace as well. So that's the end of qualifying one then. Those are the drivers then. Drop Fastest, 16th fastest. He'll be 16th on the grid. Mr. Lee is 17th fastest. 18th is Sam. 19th is Tansy, and 20th is Nigel. And gotta say, Nigel's having a difficult start, isn't he, to his ALR career? His ALR season at 4 career at the moment, since he, of course, the first ever champion of ALR, and he is currently on the back row once again then. Goodness me then. Right then, as lovely shot here. Itchy there, making his on his debut for gold, is through into qualifying too. Fantastic stuff from the Racing Point driver. Both Racing Points who will soon be known as the Aston Martins next season. Only 15th and 12th for the moment there from the two Pink Panthers there. Gotta say that those guys are really strong for pace at the moment, perhaps, or we might see more of some more pace actually in Q2 perhaps then as well. You've got Grant saying that close top 10, horrible first lap there from him for a decent second lap, and 2 sets of tyres are gone then as well with a sad face then. Oh, that's a shame there for that's a shame now for Mumford there, and of course, as Darren saying, it's a bit close at the moment, isn't it? It really is. Of course, as I said, Cookie has really been a benchmark, hasn't he, of gold? But I've got to say, this weekend he is going to be very much he's going to be very much being pressured right to the end of the line, isn't he? And just Itchy there, just taking a lovely formation lap, isn't he? And just probably just gloating to the crowd, isn't he? And why shouldn't he as well? Good stuff there from Itchy on his debut. He is 15th. He is through into qualifying 2. Where can he go from now? He's got another bite of cherry, which is the lovely stuff indeed then. And this is the look at that then. Emerson and Granty, the 2 championship rivals then. I gotta say, this is very much these 2 championship rivals is very interesting. It's like Hakkinen and Schumacher, isn't it, in terms of the respect between those 2? But I gotta say, it's very fierce on the track, isn't it? Good stuff indeed then. And don't forget, Eat the Cookie there. He is 3rd fastest mode. He is driving for the AlphaTauri this weekend, and they can't count out Eat the Cookie Jonathan there, who's had a very tough weekend, hasn't he? But he is full fast mode, 3/10 of a second adrift at the moment from last year's pole sitter. Out of qualifying then, we have lost Nigel, Tansy, ALR, Sammy, Mr. Lee and Drop Fast, all out of qualifying 1 then. A 10th of a second away. Drop Fast was from Itchy, as we're now going into qualifying 2 in just a few moments time then. Laggy saying it's so close the whole grid then, as Mumford saying Sam 2 Q1 knockouts from Mumford there, as he just likes to get the old jabs in, doesn't he? Right, we're into qualifying 2 now, and let me quickly get me old bits up. There we go then. We're now ready for qualifying 2 then. We're 15 seconds into qualifying 2 as well then. Of course, this is now a night race, or I think it's more of a was it a dusk race now, isn't it? It used to be just a traditional time, didn't it? Up until 2013, I think. Then they swapped it to the night race, didn't they? As Shane Mac F1 there is saying good man Itch. It is a very good man indeed, isn't he? He is in qualifying 2 now on his debut for gold here. Good stuff then. We got a couple of cars that are coming on track. We got a McLaren up there. It of course is Jonathan there, and he is of course he's gone away from the traditional red, white and green helmet for this season, hasn't he? The British Italian driver. He's gone for more of a yellow and grey helmet there. So yeah, Jonathan there. That's going to be very unusual. It's going to be difficult for me to it's going to be very difficult for me to get used to that. But Jonathan there driving the Carlos Sainz the car, isn't he? At the moment, and he is the first man out and tried. Lovely over-the-shoulder shot as well from the McLaren from the McLaren Renault driver before it becomes McLaren Mercedes next season. Good stuff indeed. Then we've also got Darren saying still supporting Williams stuff Racing Point. Oh gosh, I hope that's no offence there to Itchy or Dan Murphy then. Oh gosh, now we'll come down into turn number 10 as well then. So then these are not the quickest times, of course, and they are just about to get themselves ready for a attack of a pole position. Remember, this is not like Formula 2. If anyone's watched Formula 2, they take 2 or 3 laps, don't they, to get those tyres warmed up. There's no tyre blankets in Formula 2. This is Formula 1. This is the premium of motorsport, isn't it? Of course, they have tyre blankets. The tyres that come out those tyre blankets are actually warmer than the ones that have been racing out on track for like 20 odd laps, aren't they? So that's incredible, isn't it? Really are, and they are really toasty as they come out of their blankets, and I'm sure it's quite toasty in Bahrain here tonight as well. We're not expecting any rain in this race tonight, or in any races, to be honest, in Bahrain over the next 3 days. Of course, it only rains 12 days a year in Bahrain, and of course, if anyone's playing commentator bingo with me, I always say that every time we're here in Bahrain, so you can take that one off your list then. Jonathan going into turn 1 as well. Let's go on board there with Jonathan then. Of course, a seasoned veteran now in ALR, isn't he? He's had a couple of wins under his belt. He's the man with the most pole positions in ALR with 9 so far, and the most pole positions in the season with 7. So Jonathan there is very much the king of the one lap, isn't he? Can he become the king of ALR and become a champion? And I think that has to be his aim. That has to be all the aim of all 20 drivers, hasn't it? Lovely shot here from the show there. As yellow flag and free as when the Alfa Romeos are just widened themselves up and are ready to get going as well then. And as Sam is saying that now the game is rigged. So when it comes, he's in terms of the track limits there, as he touched the curb with one wheel and his times are validated there. Of course, if in the real world of Formula 1, you can go outside the curbs, can't you? Really, as like they do in Austria, don't they? Goodness me, they do take track liberties or track limit. Not as bad as IndyCars. If anyone watched the Austin, the Circuit of the American race for the IndyCars, goodness me, then they was taking absolute liberties. They were going well outside the track. I don't think anyone actually touched the apex of turn 20 today that weekend. Goodness me. Right then, is Jonathan there is coming into the final turn as well. Let's see what he can do then as he comes out to the line then. And DRS is wide open for Jonathan. Here's the benchmark. He's on the medium tyres. He's done a 26.720 so far from Jonathan. Lovely stuff indeed then. Lost Souls then is coming around, but it's Granty who we're looking for. He's on the medium tyres as well. Granty goes fastest. He's done a 26.52, 10 of a second in front of Jonathan at this stage of proceedings. Milan is out on track as well. We've also got Mumford who's come through the final turn as well. Let's see what Mumford can do. Very disappointed in Australia. Can he rectify that as well? He's done a 28.2 there, Mumford has. I think he might be a bit disappointed with that one at the moment there. We got the Pink Panthers just come through as well. We've got a Red Bull starting this lap as well. Mercedes is coming over the line, and we've got a Ferrari then. They're all just starting their laps then, but Milan is just about to finish this lap. Also on the medium tyres. Everyone is on the medium tyres at the moment there, as he's coming over the grid hatch as well. Milan goes in third fast. He's in front of his teammate, and a 700 a second. No, yet 500 a second away from Jonathan as well. Then lovely stuff indeed. That. As like you saying, auto spin the curbside. This is such a bad game now. Darren saying that Jonathan's helmet is a retro Yamaha colours. I like it. Oh, good spot there from Darren. Now, of course, I'm not really motorbikes is not really my forte. I got to say, because because I can't balance at all, and I usually fall off. I only just learned to ride a bike actually without stabilisers the other week. I got to say, very proud of myself. The most proudest moment I've had this season. Murphy there is just coming on the second intermediate. XR started as well. Just taking a look to see who's out on track at the moment. I think it is actually the first man around. There's Williams out there as well, but I think it's Granty coming in then. So we're on board with Valhalla Mobile. I think it's Lights then, who's the first man around the moment. He's done a 5 in the second sector there for the Red Bull driving the Alex Albon car as the Alfa Romeo get on the way as well. There's a lot of traffic out there. This is quite a long circuit in terms of the actual length of the track, isn't it? Remember, there's also an oval circuit as well, which I didn't think existed actually until they was talking about it earlier on in the season to have 2 races around here. Lights goes fastest there on a 26.4. Of course, that might be track evolution, but I think it's more likely to be a Lights evolution there. He is up in the he's up in the fastest moment. Lovely 17. Murphy is just popped in the time in 5th position, far for 6th moment. Alhan is down in the 8th position moment, but I reckon that's a bit of teasing us from Alhan. Emerson out on track moment, and Lost Source in the pits moment. We've got Itchy, and we've got also XR as well. Good at keeping on what Itchy does at the moment. He, of course, as I said, this is his first appearance clearance here in gold. Lovely stuff indeed. And comes through the final turn as well. Let's see what do. Back on board of Vici as he comes into the pits then. And he is abandoning his lap as well then. Exile's on track. Lovely stuff indeed then. I'm sure I was looking at someone else behind it, but I think, oh, it was Exile. But looks like he is he on the lap of the road then? Well, we're on board of him at the moment then. I think he's actually abandoned this lap and he's going to have another bite of the cherry. So we're going to keep an eye to see what Emerson's doing then. Emerson taking a lot of curb then before swooping back in on the inside. Out of 15 then, which is basically a nothing turn, isn't it? And up to the line then, where does Emerson put himself? Only 6 fastest there for the Renault driver. Oh, goodness me then. So Emerson at the moment there is not really safe, I don't think. And he's used a set of medium compound tyres then. Farf just looks like he is just toning down then his lap then. Eat the cookie then. We're on board of Eat the Cookie. Lovely out of this world helmet design there. Of course, I gotta say I love that helmet. It's beautiful, isn't it? Out turn 1 as well then. So of course, as I said, Cookie from in ALR Gold so far, he is undefeated, isn't he? Hasn't been defeated in a race distance so far. Cookie hasn't. He is I gotta say, he has been the benchmark, hasn't he? He's been fantastic. Cookie has kind of get 2 race wins in a row. Remember, if he gets promoted to a full-time driver, he keeps those points, doesn't he? Remember. So yeah, I think that really these guys have got to start, even though he's a reserve driver, they've got to beat him. They've got to beat him, don't they? But we've got to say, Cookie has been brilliant, hasn't he, since his debut back in France. That's 3 races ago, and he's been on the top of the step of the podium ever since then, hasn't he? Well, he's in the second sector now then, coming out of turn 10. DRS is wide open for the AlphaTauri Honda powered car into 11 as well, and taking a lot of curb. Cookie is, my goodness me, how much does he minimize the turn in slip angle there? It's absolutely fantastic, isn't it? Into turn 12 as well. Hold on to your hats there, and this turn 12 is brilliant, isn't it? Not taking too much inside curb at all, taking a lot of outside curb though, isn't he? And now another bit of curb as well for the Cookie. Goodness me, he's almost off the track on most parts of the this lap there. But of course, that's where the real drivers are. Look at how much curb he's taking again. Then, of course, it's just to reduce the turning angles. That the more you turn, the less time you go. Oh, Granty has been given a 5-place grid penalty. I don't know what's it for. It's for some. Oh goodness me! I'm wondering if was it trying to be a slipstream? Cookie has gone fastest, but Granty has been given a 5-place grid penalty, and I'm not sure if that's are they trying the slipstream technique again. But wow, they still are, and Granted coming out of the way as well, and because Williams did a very good job of utilising this in Australia, is that come to bite them on the proverbial behind in this stage. Oh goodness me, then that's not good at all, is it? Oh gosh, then as Lost Souls then is starting us up. Then he is on the medium tyre as well. We've got 6 minutes to go then for Lost Souls. Unfortunately his race ended at turn 6 in Melbourne. Hopefully he can go a bit further this season. I think it was on lap 5 as well, wasn't it, really, for Lost Souls? Of course, this is Lost Souls' third appearance there in gold, hasn't he? He hasn't finished. He hasn't reached the finish line yet, has he? For Lost Souls, unfortunately. Then. Oh, turn 8 as well then, as that's not very good at all. As I just take a look then, as Sam has asked, oh, why has Granty got a 5 grid penalty? I think it's because he was illegal blocking, even though he was trying to help his teammate. So I'm not really too sure on that one. As Gio is saying, laugh my rear off there. Yeah, that's a bit unfortunate there, isn't it? Really, that's difficult indeed then. And yeah, Darren saying that's not good at all there for Grant. Of course, the champion, of course, of ALR Gold. Then 2 seasons running in 2019, he was the undisputed king, wasn't he? But at the moment, I got to say, it's only been 1 race, hasn't it? But he hasn't won a race in 2020 yet. But as I said, we've only done 1 race. I need to calm myself down, don't I? Here comes Lost Souls, then he's coming out of the turn 50 as well. As this improved himself, he's 6th fastest. Lost Souls is in the Williams on the medium tyre as well. Then, so going on a bit of a low at the moment, don't we? Because I think everyone's in the pits, and we've got 5 minutes to go in this session, and let's see what we can do then. As Tansy saying, still get him a toe. Yeah, but unfortunately, at what cost for the champion Granty? Goodness me, he finished 3rd, didn't he, in the race in Australia? But unfortunately, here tonight, he's got a 5-place grid penalty, so that's just going to make his life a bit harder, isn't it? Goodness me, then. Some saying, but as per Granty gives good consistency in the race. He's absolutely fantastic in the race. Granty is, he really is. He's one of the fastest over a race distance. Here comes Mumford. Then of course Mumford is absolutely dramatically improved. He's like a different driver. behind the wheel, isn't he? In 2020, he's absolutely a different man indeed. That I wonder if he's done a Daniel App style of substitute kind of thing, perhaps for Mumford. But he's been brilliant, hasn't he? But can he get some points on the board in pre-season? He was fantastic, but you don't win the championship in pre-season. Ferrari know that, and a lot of other teams in the past know that as well, don't they? Mumford dropping down the hill as well, coming into 8 then. Lovely stuff indeed there from the Alfa Romeo driver there, formerly known as Sauber. Goodness me, that rear end is getting very floaty, isn't it, as he comes into 9 and 10 as well then, before dropping down into turn 10 and accelerating away. Then there's a lot of steering input there from Mumford. He's currently in the top 10 at the moment. He's still on the soft tyres, Mumford is, so I think that so it's really going to throw the cat amongst the pigeons, so to speak, isn't it? 3.5 minutes to go in this session. The time is now becoming everyone's enemy, isn't it? Coming through, you got to see off that curve there, turn 12. Oh, that'll spit you into the barrier then. 1.5 seconds, Mumford is up, and this is really going to give some of the higher runners at the moment something to really be concerned by. It might have to be a squeaky bum time up there as well. They're going to have to come back out, I feel. Is a 26.3 good enough for Eat the Cookie? Is a 26.4 or 5 for good enough for Granting Lights then? Mumford comes over the line. He is fastest by a 25.9 there. Goodness me, then everyone's going to surely have to come out again then, as Mumford has really changed the ball game at this stage of the race then. Lovely stuff indeed. Well, it's actually qualified, isn't it? So once again then, I just need to get myself calmed down again, so I'm getting ahead of myself. Lost Souls retired from the session, and Itchy has gone second fastest. Grant is retired from the session as well, as both Williams drivers said. Is that going to be a major problem then? Exile is 4 seconds down in the first sector then, so yeah, there's Exile's going to have to, might have to think about, well, he's got 2.5 minutes to go then, so Exile it's not all doom and gloom yet. Farf is back out on the medium tires, as is Alhan as well. Murphy is also on the medium tires as well. Let's go on board with Murphy. He is on the cusp as well. He's a 10th of a second away then. And look at Emerson. Emerson is also on the cusp as well. He is in 10th position. The man who's on pole position in the Australian Grand Prix is stared into the abyss at this stage of qualifying. They're climbing up the hill once again, Murphy. There's 2 McLarens in the background, and again, very dicey there, aren't they? Jonathan and Fireshot, a very strong team. Jonathan and Fireshot are, and potentially McLaren, they can lift McLaren from bottom of the constructors, which is where they've been living since the end of last season. Then, so hopefully they can elevate themselves back up to where they belong. Then, as Murphy coming out of turn 8 then as well, then before flighting down into 9 and 10 then, and getting on the low pedal as well, waiting for the DRS there, right on the money there for Dan Murphy. Of course, been on pole position 3 times in his ALR career, hasn't he? Remember that German pole position back in season number 2, then the best pole position you'll ever see. He was walking on water, wasn't he? He was riding the waves in Germany and doing a splendid job, to say the least, wasn't he? Fantastic stuff. As Harry has just said, I think I've used the tannoy there. I am indeed. I'm getting ready for my Asda debut tomorrow on the shopping counter. Here comes Murphy there, coming into the final turn as well. Then accelerates away. Then he is coming up to the line. Is it going to be enough to get him through? Is it? It is. He's 6th fastest. Eat the Cookies retired from the session as well then. I'm surprised that more cars haven't gone out on the soft tires really, but maybe the soft tires is just not the way to go. Farf is 6/10 of a second up there, but now he's got to do it for real on his lap then. We've also got Alhan out there as well. Farshot is started as well. Emerson is on an outlap, so just under half a minute to go in this session then. Fireshot is out there. He hasn't set a time yet. Farf is also going to have another go then. Exile is out of qualifying. Laggy Racer is out of qualifying as well. Young Lights is retired from the session then. This is going to get very interesting indeed then. Gio's just said, my top 3, Cookie, Lights and Granty there. And I've got to say, I love it when you guys give out your predictions there, because I just like your opinions really. I would like to hear what else you're thinking. Tommy is saying, my top 3, Itchy, and Itchy. Lovely stuff indeed then. I wonder if Scratchy's in there as well. We've also got Alhan, 1.1 seconds up there in the second sector as well, before accelerating away and coming down the hill indeed then. Darren is saying the softs are rubbish here. It looks like it, doesn't it? Because not a lot of guys want to go on the soft tires, do they? Alhan into the final turn as well, and he is on the medium tires. Alhan is a specialist on the harder rubber tire, isn't he? He's really good. His qualifying performance is very similar to Emerson, where he's probably not good on a 1 lap pace, but my goodness me, his race pace is fantastic. Milan is in for this time. He potentially is also staring into the abyss of qualifying. We got McLaren who's just about to finish this up as well. We're on board the Farshot. He comes up to the line. Let's see what Farshot can do. His race was very short in Australia, and his qualifying appearance is also short as well. Farfit's also out qualifying as well. Jonathan is 8/10 of a second up. Is he going to slow down? Does he know about it? No, he isn't, because he's faster still. Emerson is out coming up to the line as well. Can he knock Lost Souls out of qualifying? It's a good, looks like the Granty there has done an absolutely splendid job there of really timing that absolutely splendidly. Good stuff indeed then. And coming out of the final turn then, let's see what he can do. Emerson is full fastest, and he is through 2 laps on those medium tyres then. Is that going to pay dividends later on in this race? I should say then. Out of qualified, Lost Souls then in the mid pack. Farf, of course, the man who was 1 year 2 seasons ago, is out. Farshot is out. Exile is out, and Laggy Racer is out of qualifying as well. Milan comes into the pits then. Interesting stuff indeed there. Good stuff there. Mumford saying good luck there. We've also got Gio saying itchy. The rest of the top 10 there. One Williams is not safe, Sam saying. Yes, and also Gio saying Emerson as well. But Emerson snuck through, didn't he, to get into qualifying free. Good stuff indeed there for Emerson then. And Itchy also making it through as well. So Itchy, I've got to say, he's looking very good on that one, that pace, isn't he? In the racing point. I love his stuff indeed there. We're on board Jonathan now, who is topping the timesheet sound like he did here 12 months ago. Give or take. It probably wasn't 12 months at all, was it really? Because I think it was round 8 last season, wasn't it? Of course, we had a random calendar, which wasn't a very good idea, was it? Because because random calendars are probably not the best idea in the world, are they? But there you go then. As Gio's asked, what's happened to Laggy? I'm not sure. Has Laggy had I think Laggy might have had a qualifying 2 ban, perhaps. I probably should have read the parish notices, really. That's my lack of homework, really. Even I get told everything before the race, and I should really read it, really, shouldn't I? But fail to prepare, fail. No, wait. Lack of preparation, prepare to fail, isn't it? Or something like that. I don't know. Well, I prepare to fail. I always fall on my face quite a lot of the time, really. But there you go, then. Jonathan saying then that I wasn't 100% safe, and that's why he continued his lap and got through. We've also got Darren saying that Souls in a good position though. Q for in P11 on fresh tyres. Good stuff indeed there. We've also got Tommy saying one more quali and we race. Yes indeed, that's what you've all come for. It's the main event. It is the race itself, isn't it? Lovely stuff indeed there. We've also got Gio saying lights out and away we go there. As of course Crofty's famous line, isn't it? We've also got Shane F1 saying let's get it. Mumford saying rather start top 10 than 14th on fresh tyres, to be honest there. Also a winky face there. Pure Blades Laggy crashed early on. Oh, what a shame there for Laggy. I missed that on stream completely there, but which is probably good for Laggy, because of course he probably didn't want to see that again, did he? But unfortunately for Laggy, he is out of qualifying. Exile out of qualifying as well. So is Farshot, so is Farf, and so is Lost Souls. Into qualifying 3 then. And what tyres they starting on? Milan, Alhan, Murphy, Granty, Lights, Cookie, Emerson. Medium tyres then. Soft tyres for Jonathan, Mumford and Itchy. Oh goodness me, it looks like half there. Most of the grid is thinking about the medium tyres, aren't they? Which of course in Australia was a bit of a split down the middle, wasn't it? You didn't know whether to go left or right. To be honest, I would have gone right through the middle then, because that's probably what I'm doing, because I'm absolutely rubbish on the Udo strategy. We got Tommy saying that softs can be good if you have good prep and even better pace there, but the 2 stops could just be as fast said. Really good stuff indeed then. I've also got Gio saying you don't see people spin at the sausage anymore. Well, to be honest, I must admit I haven't really seen much of racing going on here at the moment then. I gotta say every time I see a sausage I usually spin, but that's probably because I love a good sausage. Anyway, we're here in qualifying 3 then. We are about to get going once again then, and I gotta say thank you all for joining us here tonight, and good stuff indeed then. I'd like to hear your predictions for pole position. Who is going to be the front row then? Remember last season the front row it was dynamite, wasn't it? And we had a lot of shenanigans going into turn 1 then. On board with Emerson then, as he is coming out of the pits then, and he of course for starting off his season there is second in Australia then. Jonathan is a man who likes to lead from the front, doesn't he? And he is once again out there straight away, and Jonathan then, can he get his 10th pole position of his career? He hasn't had a pole position I think since his race last season, round 8, so that is a long time for Jonathan not to have a pole position, has he? Because remember in the first 7 or 8 races last season he was absolutely fantastic in qualifying. He was unstoppable. Can he find that qualifying form again then? We'll find out then in just a few moments time indeed then. As Jerome's character is gone then, lol. We've also got Gio saying pole position, Emerson or Cookie. Good stuff indeed. And I think that I wonder if we could include Jonathan in that conversation as well. Perhaps you can never count out Jonathan on a one lap, can you? But yes, I think it is Cookie and Emerson are the benchmark of this qualifying at this moment in time then as well. Oh, but Gio's retracted his statement there, so bear with me, guys. I think I was a bit too much. I was too much on the ball there, wasn't I? That's because Zodiac Labs at the moment. Look at this. Oh, goodness me. And Jonathan and Emerson are jostling for position here, aren't they? Well, we got the race early on here. And now that is Jonathan doesn't really seem too keen to get involved in that, does he? But as we got a yellow flag, it's one of the Red Bulls out. It is just cruising down the back straight as well. So they're all at the same place, aren't they? You give these guys like a couple of miles of tarmac, and they always seem to be in the same place, don't they? Really, it's just standard stuff in Formula 1, isn't it? As now we're starting the lap then. And here comes Emerson, and he was on pole position. He's been the only man to be on pole position in F1 2020 and ALR so far in gold. As now we're coming out to turn 3 as well. As Darren is saying, what about Grant? He going for pole position. As Gio said, he has a penalty at the moment. Yes, he has a 5-place penalty. I think for, which is probably just a finger in the air kind of guess, but I think it's for the slipstream he did on Lights. And unfortunately, Lights didn't even make it through, but he is in 11th position. As you rightly mentioned in the comments there, as we're coming down then, lovely over the show shots while on board with Emerson in the Renault there. And I think it was very hard to be happy to be put in the Renault, wasn't it, this season, because of course he does drive a Renault car. I'm not sure what Renault drives. I think I said a Clio last time, but I don't think that's right. It might be a Renault Megane or something. Is it the one where the bumper sticks out and they had that song, didn't they? Shaking Your Booty or something like that. I'm wondering. I think Emerson would like that kind of car, wouldn't he? Anyway, enough about that, because I think he needs to shake his booty up the hill, doesn't he? He has done a 4 in the for second section. Lovely stuff indeed. Then of course he's gone purple. All times have got wiped out from qualifying to then coming down the hill now. Then Emerson is, and he is going to be the first one to pull up a bench. To pull up the bar for these guys to attack and to look to see what times are being posted coming up to the line as well. This is very good already. It's a 25-2 there for him. So his pole position, and a 10th for a second away is Jonathan there, and he has really put himself in the frame. Milan is in for fastest on a 25-5, a 25-4 there for Lights. Incredible stuff. Grant, he's on pole position there. He's found 2/10 for a second there. Unfortunately, that 5-second penalty, 5-place grid penalty really might pay dividends. Murphy only 6th fast off the first round then. Alhan is 7th fast at the moment. Cookie is 2nd fastest then. He is about 500th of a second away from Granty then after the first round. And Mumford only 9th fast as well then. Itchy is about to start us up then. He is slightly on the back foot compared to everyone else then. Of course, well, no, he's on the back foot. He's slightly behind everyone else as they've all come to the pits then. But he will. Oh, goodness me, he's completely missed the turn 1 there. And I think that lap might have to be abandoned there for Itchy, unfortunately as well. But I'm wondering then, how many fresh tyres has Itchy got then? Has he got a spare set of tyres? Remember, you get a new set of tyres if you get it into qualifying 3. So Granty then, goodness me then, he's got a 5-place grid penalty. Is absolutely that's absolutely shocking there for Granty, isn't it? And that may cost in the race later on. But at the moment in time, look how close it's between Cookie and Granty. Emerson is 2/10 of a second away from that at the moment. There is that track evolution again. Then of course this track rubber and it can get quicker and quicker, or is it just about the front runners got so much pace? And of course he's the fastest all-time laps here in ALR, isn't it? Remember, I think it's 5/10 of a second quicker than Jochins fast ever lap around here, which was set in qualifying. I think it was in qualifying 3 actually in F1 2018 in the Red Bull. Then into the pits, there comes Granty. Then he is currently the man on pole position at this moment in time. Then Itchy there, of course, missed the first turn there, so he's having to go out. He's going to have to go around again. Then he's going to carry on with this lap, or he's going to come in the pits then. 6.5 minutes to go in this session then. I always seem to say 6.5 minutes to go. I always look up and there's always 6.5 minutes to go, isn't there? Goodness me then. So just taking a look then. Darren is saying Milan could be a good shout. Race room a few times. He is fast. He is indeed. But Milan there unfortunately hasn't... Oh, it's Mumford there, really locking up that front right tyre there. Goodness me, that's going to be a 50p piece by the end of this. Itchy actually makes turn 1 this time. Good stuff there from Itchy there. As I said, he's doing a cracking job out there. It's not really good stuff. Look at him flying past me now. Up into turn number 3 as well. No, then it's 4, isn't it? I don't know where I am on the track then. Now, Itchy, you can see that there's an alternative course. Well, there's a couple of courses around here now, isn't there? But yeah, the 2010 course, if anyone's had the... honour, maybe, privilege, I don't think it's those words, dissatisfaction perhaps is more better, of racing around the 2010 version of the Bahrain. It was long, it was boring, and I didn't like it then. So, but if anyone's ever raced around the 2010 version of Bahrain, yeah, it's not great, is it? And I'm glad that we've gone back to the old style version. They only raced one time around here, wasn't it? And that was back in 2010, wasn't it? The first race of the 2010 season, I think that was as well, wasn't it? As there was Olympics going on in Australia, wasn't there? Or was that 2006? I don't know. Anyway, but it's Itchy now. Goodness me, he's invalid this time. Oh dear, that's a shame now for Itchy. And I'm wondering if he's going to have to abandon that and come back into the pits there and have another bite of the cherry, so to speak, then for Itchy then. So everyone is in the pits at the moment. It's a clear track out there at the moment, but of course no one wants to be out there because these are Formula 1 drivers. They like to always be together, don't they? Mumford saying hated that track and still hates it now. Yeah, I've got to say, I'm glad F1 only raced on that one time because it was an appalling track, wasn't it? It really was then. As we're just watching Itchy there, he's coming into the pits now, and we've got a bit of a lull then. So we've got 4 minutes to go in this session, and no one is out on track at the moment then. Who has got fresh tyres on then? So everyone has fresh tyres on the moment, apart from Jonathan, and we've also got Alhan and Itchy, who've also done one lap on those tyres as well at this moment in time then. Granty saying that 5 grid though was, at least he's got a bit of the humour in him there, Grant, but I'll be absolutely devastated if I was Grant. They're really such a shame there, but let's see what Grant could do in the race then. Of course, if he qualifies at first, he would drop down to 6. That's how the 5-place grid penalties work then. You got Young Lights there. What a bad time. As Young Lights there, a bit disappointed up, but he's in 5th position at the moment then, so I reckon there's more time in the back there for Young Lights. Can he find 4/10 second? Is anyone going to break into the 24s around here? I gotta say, that is a super quick, isn't it? Right, and as we're just waiting for the cars to come back out on track at the moment. Oh, goodness me, this is going to be good, isn't it? So, as it stands at the moment, then it'll be Cookie who will be on pole position then. Granty is quicker, but of course he's got the 6th place grid penalty. Emerson will be alongside Monroe. What is basically like Australia, isn't it? All over again. Lovely stuff indeed there. Jonathan and Lights will be 3rd and 4th, and it'll be Milan and Granty 5th and 6th then. Murphy and Alhan is 7th and 8th, and Mumford and Itchy are 9th and 10th. That is not how it's going to finish. I can bet my bottom dollar on that. It's going to be good stuff indeed then. Granted saying, yeah, good mate, but it'll be good quality it's good quality and the race as well then. Of course, yeah, so of course Granty, as I said before, he is a much stronger race driver, as is Emerson as well. But having said that, I think Emerson is really showing some sign of good qualifying form as of late. But then again, Granty is again here tonight as well then, so perhaps I should stop saying about that their Achilles heel is one that pace and think of something else then. But goodness me, what is their Achilles heel? And that was very difficult for me to even say about the qualifying pace as well. But yes, very interesting indeed. Then we're just on board there with Mumford and locking up both tyres there into turn 10. That's not going to really help him at all, is it? Stamping on the quiet pedal a bit too hard there. Of course, the brake pedal as well. Mumford is trying to get those tyres up to temperature. That's why he's weaving left and right. Then we might need the DAS system perhaps to get those tyres warmed up as well. Then, which is a very big talking point in the opening stages of pre-season, and also in the, I think it was after the first race as well, wasn't it? There was a protest put in, yeah, then after it's not. I'm not really sure it's a big difference maker, is it really? But there you go then. Mumford then is I think Mumford wished he had the DAS on at the moment, but judging from the way he's weaving now, then let's see what he can do. Then he comes out the final turn, and he's got 2 minutes to go in this session. Then everyone's out on track at the moment. Alhan is still in the pits at the moment. We've also got Jonathan and Emerson in the pits as well. Yellow flags as one of the Red Bulls there is just cruising down the hill into turn 8. Then Mumford, where's he's gone into turn 1 as he hit the apex. It looks lovely. It's brilliant there from Mumford, and he is away then and up the hill. Then look at the cars out. Everyone is almost out of track. It's Emerson who is in the pit still. Now Emerson's out as well. We've got all 10 cars out on track there with just a minute and a half to go in this qualifying session. Then indeed, then it's 10th for a second up. Mumford is in the first sector. That is not enough then, but I think it wasn't the first sector that it lost him all his time. I think it was the second sector definitely coming out of turn 8 as well. Much more control there from Mumford. Remember, he got very waggy in turn 2 then. I'm sorry, turn 8. Lovely turn in angle there from Mumford. Lovely stuff indeed there. Very well controlled and managed there from Mumford on the back straight as well. There's a Mercedes in the background. I think it's Alhan. It is Al Hunk. There's only one Mercedes in this qualifying session now, as there's really trying to be smart there as well. So yeah, that's why I'm not. Now Mumford, they're flying out of turn 12 as well. 6/10 of a second up there into the final stage of these lap then as well. At this stage, so Mumford is going to stay in 9th position. There's a Red Bull in front as well. 3/4 of a minute to go in this session then. Red Bull getting well out of the way nicely actually there. Well done, young lights. So out the way, I didn't even notice he passed him. Lovely stuff indeed there. Half a minute's good in Mumford. If he's got any fuel, but I don't think he has, could go again. It's just better. Mumford stays. He's 7/10 quicker, but he stays 9 fastest there for Mumford. Unfortunately, Alhan's just finished his lap as well. We got Granty also finishing his lap, as is Jonathan, who's very late out. We got Milan is off the track. He's off the track there. Oh dear, and he was purple in the first sector there. Unfortunately, Emerson also starts up as well. I think that Emerson was the final man then to come out the pit set on board with Murphy then as he comes out. Itchy is in the pits then. Itchy is. We've got yellow flags there coming up into turn 4 as well. Itchy's in the pits and I think that's Itchy going to be 10 fastest. That's a good start there for Itchy in his ALR gold career. Lovely stuff indeed there. Murphy coming out of the follow turn then. DRS is wide open now. Where's Murphy going to improve? He's up to 5th fastest. Murphy is there. Good stuff indeed there from the Racing Point driver. Lovely stuff indeed there from Murphy. As we got, I think there's an AlphaTauri out there. It is of Eat the Cookie. He's 2/10 of a second up at the moment. That's enough for pole position there, and he's coming down the hill once again. Then the fourth card said, "Let's go, Itchy." Itchy is currently doing a good job there. Unfortunately, he's in 10th position now. Itchy, so that's a very good qualifying for as well. Lights is retired for the session there, and that's unfortunate for Lights. And then we Eat the Cookies on pole position. That's his 3rd pole position of ALR at this moment in time. What about Alhan? He's invalidated this time. He is finished, I think. Can Granty there into the final turn? Whatever happens, Granty will not be on pole position because of that 5th place group play. He's run wide. It's a track invalidation. Granty's in the wall. And oh goodness me, he's come back on the track. That's not good there. Jonathan is on full fastest then. What about Emerson? Emerson coming to the line. Emerson's only 4th fastest as well then. And that is it then. Cookie is on pole position then for his third race in ALR. Lovely stuff indeed there for Cookie. Really well done then. And it'll be Emerson on the front row with him. So just like in Australia, them two are sharing the front row again then. Oh, goodness me then. And Tansy says, Granty set the fast lap. Eat the cookie, hold my cookie. Wow, that man pole position there for the 3rd time in his career. Good stuff indeed there from Eat the Cookie. It's the 1st time he's on pole position this season. So it's lovely stuff there from Eat the Cookie. As oops. My apologies there. Oh gosh, I've just closed me up. Oh, that's not good at all. I might have to turn it off and turn it back on. Simon said, are you allowed to crash out? Well, to be honest, it was in a very perilous position, wasn't it? Where Granty crashed out. I thought that car was going to get too much more on the racing line then. It was getting very perilous, wasn't it? Unfortunately, Granty will be starting 7th in the race then, coming up in just a moment's time then from the championship leader. As from the world champion. Eat the Cookie. Pole position once again then. He is definitely a man who is very much on form, isn't he? Good stuff indeed there from Cookie. And look at that, 2/10 of a second in front of Grant in the end. Then Emerson in 3rd position. He improved this time slightly, but not enough there. But he's on the front row. Jonathan is now 3rd fastest there. Murphy is 4th. Lights is 5th with Milan in 6th then. Granty is 7th there with Alhan 8th. 9th is Mumford. And Itchy on his debut, starting 10th. Lovely stuff indeed there from Itchy. Good stuff there. And Tom is saying now, Tommy is saying that Itchy can climb these places. Bets are on there. Grant here is saying put the complaints in if it's too much of a bother. And I think that was just in comments there with Sam as well. Then. Right then, here we go then. As the race is on for Bahrain, then this is round 2 of gold. Then we had a fantastic start in Australia, didn't we? And once again, Lights invalidated his lap when he was 1500 of a second up there. So yeah, Lights getting very frustrated and qualified, didn't he? But he just got to dust himself down then, because this is where you get the points. It's in the race, isn't it? Not in a qualified. Whether that's right or wrong, I'll leave that down to you, because that's an interesting discussion to make, isn't it? Mumford saying, I'm horrible at this track. Bring on Zandvoort there. Of course, I think I raced with Mumford on Zandvoort. No, I think I was just spectating him. My goodness me, that man is quick around there. Lights is quick around there as well. They're really loving the new track, of course, in Holland. But before we go there, I think next time we're in we're in Vietnam next week. Oh, goodness me. But of course, I'm really counting my chickens before they hatch. We need to be more focused on the here and now, don't we? We need to be focused on Bahrain. And remember, Bahrain have had some fantastic race over there, haven't we? Last season it was a great old race, wasn't it? After the shenanigans of the opening quarter, it turned into a really good race, didn't it? Right, we got 20 cars on the grid for the second week in a row. Lovely stuff indeed there from these guys. Then right, we're away then. For this is only for the formation lap. So this is where you got to make sure that your tires are up to temperature. It looks like a lot of fun these drivers are having, but I assure you it's anything but fun. Well, they probably are having fun as well, aren't they? Let's go for the growth drive from front to back then. 29 laps, the same amount of lappage as we had in Australia, but of course this race might will take slightly longer, of course, because the lap times are longer. Pole position for the third time in 4 races then is Eat the Cookie. Second is Emerson then. Remember that these two had a good old duel in Australia. It's going to be the same again. Jonathan on the soft tyres. Watch him. He'll be lightning off the grid, I think. Murphy up in the 4th position in the end. Good stuff indeed. Good recovery from Murphy. Lights in 5th position there. 6th position is Milan then. Can he get to the end then? 7th is Granty. That 5-place grid penalty has really cost him track position here, hasn't he? 8th position is Alhan. Good drive from Alhan. 9th position is Mumford, and 10th position is Itchy. The two of men on the soft tyres in the top 10. Lost Souls then in 11th position at the moment. Then 12th position is Farf. He is on the hard tyres. Fireshot in 13th position. Then Exile is in 14th. Laggy Racer on his birthday. I hope he does well. It's not Laggy Racer. He is 15th. Happy birthday, Laggy Racer. Drop Fast in 16th position. 17th. He's on the hard tyres as well. Mr. Elite is 17th in the second Renault. ALR Sammy is 18th then. He was having real troubles with track limits, wasn't he? 19th position is Tansy, and Nigel for the second race in a row for the first time in his ALR career is out of qualifying and has not been taking part in qualifying free for 2 races in a row. He is also on the back of the grid for the first time in his career as well. Dan is saying come on as they're saying, come on, drop fast. Well, Young Light saying, Ginger, go on board with me. I can't see my hands in the car. So I'm just taking a look there. They are there. I think you just got really dark gloves there. Of course, that is Young Light saying we're just on board with him now then. So this is actually a good shot here from Young Light. He'll be 5th on the grid. In front of us is the soft compound runner of Jonathan. That's the man we've got to be watching as well. They're all on the clean part of the track there. Of course, that is the racing line, isn't it? Murphy and Emerson are on the dirty side. Is that going to be a problem? We'll find out now. On board with Nigel then. He is just lining up 20th on the grid there. A miserable start for Nigel in his 4th season in ALR. We are about to get going now. We're just waiting for those lights. There they are. 4, 5. There's a pause, and we are going ALR Bahrain in just a few moments time then. The revs are building, and we are going Bahrain. No! And it's a good start from Eat the Cookie then. Emerson is just behind as well. Young Lights has already got through. And Jonathan's over the second of it already. Remember, he had a nightmare first corner last season. Emerson's at the inside. Emerson has taken the lead into turn 1. Oh, it's getting very fisticuffs between Emerson and Eat the Cookie. There's contact in the background as well. That's when the racing points has dropped down. Murphy's at the pole inside it. Alhan has dropped down a couple positions as well. As we go back up there, Jonathan is up the lead. He takes the lead on the Bahrain Grand Prix. Jonathan is taking the lead. No, he's back down the second race. Wheel to win it. It's 2 abreast there, 2 abreast, going into 5 and 6. And goodness gracious me! And Jones has got to back out because Jonathan is not giving up. He takes the lead. Oh my goodness! Oh, there's a car spinning in there. Oh my goodness me! That's a Granty. I think it's just came steaming in there. He did, and he's got a 5-second penalty. Granty's having a terrible start. Oh my goodness me! And look at this. We got Alhan and Exile there also on issues as well. And it's oh goodness me! It's getting very tight here. And now they come out then in 5 seconds. We got a lot of penalties already in Exile. And Alhan are batting away then. Jonathan, no, Cookie is back in the lead then here in the Bahrain as well then. And Cookie leads second position is Jonathan, and then we've lost Emerson. He's right down into 9th position after the contact there, unfortunately. What a shame now as they're coming up there to complete that one as well. Both Alfa Romeos are 4th and 5th. Like stuff. Young Lights there having a 3rd position as well. Lovely stuff indeed then. Far off the highest of the hard runners. He is 7th fast. Lovely stuff indeed there. Granty dropping down into 19th position. He's having a bit of a difficult difficult start there, isn't it? And we've also got Farfair in the far shot. Battling away, Cookie is at the fast out of the race. What is going on in the background now? Nigel and Murphy is in the pits there. I don't think he's got damage, has he? Or he's got very minimal damage. Laggy is up in the 14th position. He's battling Nigel. Emerson and Farfair battling away as well. Farfair's dropping down the order as now we've got Scott. And look at this, as Emerson is back on the inside there, and Farfair is battling away as well. Lovely and predictive pit stops. Oh my goodness, look at them battling away, go on the other side of the track. Then Horgan on his feet, and Farfair's Farfair. Look at that then. Oh my goodness gracious me, it is very close, isn't it? You couldn't even put a whisker between those two. It was that close, wasn't it? Dropping down the hill once again, and Farfair's going on the outside, trying to get more of an acute angle, going back on the inside, but Farfair is having enough, and he is parking into the apex. Grant, you say, has gone from bad to worse there, as he's had a very difficult start, hasn't he? Grant, he has, but let's see what he can do then. This race is far from over. Wallace at the back, but then also Laggy has had some issues there, and I'm not sure if he's come to blows when it. Drop fast has damaged the outside part of the car then, and Murphy is also in the pits, as was Tansley, and so unfortunately Laggy's dropped back down to 70th position as well. Oh my goodness me, that's Exile who's gone into the wall, turn 12. That Mercedes also to take evasive action, and Nigel Exile's damaged the car on the Hassan, and he is dropping down the order. Goodness me, then it's an absolute incredible show to start off with. Jonathan leads. I didn't even see it. Jonathan leads the Bahrain Grand Prix, and he has set the fast out of the race, and Jonathan is very much there trying to stretch his wings there, and look at Mumford is getting very racy on the back and light. He just chops off the nose cone there of the Alfa Romeo. Good stuff indeed then. What a start here in Bahrain, and so you can just power up the hill once again then. Jonathan leads second position, eat the cookie. Good stuff indeed there. Unfortunately, Emerson is having to try and come back through the field after the issues at the start there for Emerson, I should say then, as I really struggled there. Mr. Elite in the pits, Exile and Drop Fast all in the pits there, and we're having a lot of pit action at the start of this race. No virtual safety car just yet in this race, but yeah, it's a very interesting start, isn't it, to the proceedings here today then. Milan there is in 5th position at the moment. He is really chasing down his teammate Mumford, and now then he's going side by side with Mumford. Is Mumford going to fight this, or is there going to be a bit of team play? It looks like Milan is having the 4th position. Good stuff indeed then. Has he got the pace there to get past lights, and maybe put some squeeze in on the front too, which has started to disappear into the distance at this stage of proceedings. Itchy having the 6th position. Lovely stuff indeed there. Fantastic stuff from Itchy in his debut, so he's doing a great job out there. Lovely. Mumford is now under a lot of pressure because Itchy is very much itching to get past. He's up the inside, he passes Mumford, and he moves up into a fantastic 5th position. Itchy is flying through the field there, and he's now got DRS well, and Mumford wants to come back at him. He's got slipstream, he's under the gearbox over the racing point, he's alongside, he's passed through, he is back past, he is up into 5th position there. Itchy dropping down into 6th position. Emerson there is all good. He's still got Fireshot for company. Fireshot is not leaving him alone at the moment, is he? Really good stuff indeed then. And now then once again then it's Fireshot and Emerson are battling away, going up the hill then. Emerson is on the outside, but Fireshot is on the Emerson's on the outside. Oh goodness me then. And now they make contact with Fireshot is through and up into 7th position there. Remember Fireshot this time in Australia he was out of the race already, so he is doing a much better job, and he's in 7th position. Both McLarens there are very much doing a very good job at the moment there. And Jonathan's out of the DRS now. He's out of the DRS there of Eat the Cookie there. So Jonathan has really got some pace in that McLaren, hasn't he? Of course, Jonathan is very good around here, isn't he, in the past? Yeah, Jonathan is trying to get his championship off to a start after a difficult start in Australia. But my goodness me, it's the longest championship in ALR history with 22 races. And once again, then Fireshot and Emerson are going out like hammer and tongue to the moment, isn't they? 3-second penalty. Oh goodness me, Cookie has got a 3-second penalty. That may come back to haunt him later on in this race then. Oh goodness me. And at the moment Jonathan seems to be the man that is very much on the move. He has got a 1.3 second gap at the moment. Mumford and Itchy are still battling away as well. This is some good racing out there, isn't it? Lovely stuff indeed there. Where's Itchy? As Mumford's in the pits then. I wonder if those soft tires have really had it already then. It looks like they have, because he's back in the pits. Emerson is now coming back past Fireshot as well. He is back past. He is up into 6th position then. Fireshot dropping down into 7th position there in the McLaren as well then. Oh gosh, and it's yes, Tommy is saying Itchy's on a very close race. He's on a fantastic race, isn't he? Itchy at the moment. He's in fifth. He's a fifth at the moment. And look at very strong indeed then. But Fireshot's going back on the inside. He lunges on the inside, and Emerson there is just keeping his line there. Of course, he gets much more traction there out of turn 4 by going wider, and because of that, he opened up the steering angle, and he stays in 6th position. And look at the background. That's Farf. He's on the hard tires. Farf is. He is going very long into this race. Farf is just like it did in Australia. So yeah, Farf might be able to stretch his legs out as well. It's, Tommy's saying worth putting the cameras on. Well, I hope they already are, aren't they? Oh goodness me, then it's coming now down into. Oh, look at this! He's going to go to the inside once again. Oh my goodness me, then! But Fire Shot there is on the inside. Then, but Emerson's going to go on the outside. Emerson's on the inside again, and he is still through. This is incredible. This corner is so difficult to race on your own. But when you're side by side with someone, absolutely impeccable stuff indeed. Then, oh goodness me, then as I'm being asked to have more airtime from Itchy at the moment. Itchy, I think, will get a lot more airtime as the race progresses. And he is only 1.2 seconds away from this incredible battle between Fireshot, Emerson, and Farf as well. And look at this as they come across on. There is Itchy. There is a bit of Itchy. And now then, oh my goodness me, then it's getting very nip and tuck. Fireshot's back up the inside. He places his car on the inside and through past Emerson. Emerson down in 7th position as well. Now Farf is all over the back as well. Look at the background. There was, I think that was Alhan in Lost Souls, wasn't it? And also getting very defensive as well. Emerson they said Farf is on the outside, but at the moment just status quo at the moment. And I think you've got your wish, guys, because Itchy, there he is. He's in 5th position at the moment, and he is now being caught there by the McLaren, by the Renault, and by the Ferrari as well. Itchy is, but as I said, on his debut, doing a fantastic job there. Having to correct the car, going over the curbs there, Itchy is, but he's doing a fantastic job, isn't it? Itchy as well, but now he has Fireshot and Emerson on his gearbox, and now we're back on board with Fireshot. He's on a splendid race out there at the moment, isn't he, Fireshot? He's really good at overtaking Fireshot, but sometimes it doesn't always pay off. Oh, he's on the inside, he passes Itchy, and he is now on his way then. It's Itchy, I think he's on the soft tires. The soft tires are starting to really cause the guys difficult at the moment. Emerson's lunging on the inside, passes Itchy, and through and up into 7th position. Itchy has been forced wide, and Farf is also past him as well. He is now down into 8th pitches. I think that Itchy might need to come in the pits. Jonathan's in the pits, the other man on the soft tires as well. Farf just giving Emerson a good old push there, isn't he? Oh goodness me, but now then Jonathan in the pits. What tires is he going to go on? He's on the medium tires. Itchy is staying out at the moment then, so Itchy then is staying out then in the race. He's done the longest. He's been on those soft tires the longest. On the inside that passes Fireshot. What a battle this has been between these two. Fantastic stuff so far, and Emerson is having the 4th position there. And look at this as they're coming up the hill once again. That's Exor. Exor's off the track. Oh my goodness, we've had a problem. And a Tansy is Exor come to blow off, eh? I don't know, unless he was taking a face of action. But there's yellow flags in Frida, and Tansley having a nightmare, as is Exor as well. But I think that I'm not sure if there was contact or what. But look at these two cars: Emerson, Fireshot, Farf, Itchy, Lost Souls, and now Alhan, all in this battle for 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. There's a queue behind him at the moment there. Incredible stuff, and it's coming over the grid hatch instead. The support grid hatches race, the support grid hatches, I should say. Jonathan is now past Laggy, and he is up into 12th position. Jonathan is said, and on the alternative start of and he's gone the medium tires. Jonathan has said, so that might be a 2-stopper in my eyes. Said XR out of the race, and he's our first retiree in the It's our first retiree in the Bahrain Grand Prix, unfortunately for Exile. Then we've seen him having issues there a couple of laps before his final destination, so to speak, didn't he? Lost Souls then is going on the outside of Itchy then, but Itchy is holding his line beautifully well. Lost Souls is going to try and go back up and under. Oh goodness me, that is getting very tight. And is Itchy going to come in the pit? He is coming in the pit. Oh my goodness me! And oh gosh, Lost Souls there was convinced outside there, but Itchy needed to come in the pits then. And now Alhan then is we've also got this battle once again then, and Emerson is still in 4th position. Nolan is Fireshot who's in 5th position at this moment in time. Bottom of the grid is a shocker. It's like like it's reverse then. Yeah, it's very difficult at the moment. It's like a topsy-turvy grid at the moment. On board there with Emerson, with Fireshot at the moment, who's not giving Emerson any time for composure at the moment, is he? Lovely stuff indeed there from Fireshot. Very much. He's got a fire lit under him today, hasn't he? Exiles left the session. That is such a shame now for Exile, isn't it? After really is said on a difficult start to the season. Well, no, yeah, not a difficult start at all. I was figuring the other half. Exile had a good score points in Australia. Unfortunately, that's not going to be the case here tonight. The other half of his teammate Sam is now in the points and he's 2 seconds away from Nigel, but Jonathan is really now starting to bear down on him, isn't he? And look at Alhan there. He is also keeping tabs on Lost Soulman. Of course, these two men coming up from silver, aren't they? And it looks like that they're going to be locking horns once again, this time in gold though. Good stuff indeed then. Coming now out to turn 13 as well then. So now they're starting to spread away from each other. Cookie is now 5.5 seconds in front of Young Lights, who is second then. Third position is Milan then. Emerson is fourth position there. But once again, Fireshot is in the fifth position. It's very difficult to get out of the DRS zone around here, isn't it? And you can, in your talent, you're being shown that exactly right now. Is Emerson is really struggling, isn't he? Remember, he was very quick in qualifying. Now, Fireshot only down in 14th, but Fireshot's race pace at the moment is absolutely sublime. It really is. Good stuff then. Now coming to the hill again, and there's you just in a flash of Milan and Lights there. Of course, Lights and Milan are battling over second and third position at the moment, and that could potentially be the final place for the podium if things work out. Things work out the way they are at the moment then. Look at this then, there's a Sammy, as yellow flag then, as a Tansey's having an issue. Jonathan going for the old switcheroo, he's up the inside, he passes Sammy and moves up into 10th position. Lovely stuff indeed there. Tansey having some issues once again at turn 12, and he's really strong with that Alpha Tari, isn't he? Drop fast has got past Mr. Elite as well then. Sammy dropping down to 11th position, and Alhan is still keeping tabs, isn't he? Keeping tabs then on Lost Souls, and Milan is also just still within DRS at the moment. The gap is stabilised at 6.1 seconds between himself and Cookie. Cookie is going for his fourth race win in a row. Remember Tansey's out of the race then. He has called it a day. He's coming to pits. He is out of the race. He was struggling, wasn't he, out there on where it was he was saying about a lack of preparation time, wasn't he? And it's very competitive, isn't it, this grid is, so that definitely did bite him on the proverbial rear, didn't it, in this race, unfortunately then. So Tansey unfortunately out of the race then. That's our second retiree. You've lost Exile and we've lost Tansey. We're down to 18 cars in the in this second race, round 2 of gold then here tonight then. And now then as Fireshot is gaining on Emerson, but there's Tansey's car coming out of the pits then, which is very unhelpful, isn't it, as Tansey did park it. Oh goodness me, that's a solid car, isn't it? I think this Farf is going to be very much out up. He is very much out up there, and Tansey's car there not doing a very good job there, and oh my goodness me, that now he gets all the way there as the AI there really did a number there on Farf, didn't he? And Farf is now 2.7 seconds back then. I think he lost almost a second there, didn't he? Farf did then. So that's a shame then. Back with this battle here. I'm loving this battle at the moment. It's fantastic, isn't it? I'm almost giving on the battle between Alhan and Lost Souls in the 7th and 8th at the moment. So Jonathan at the moment has stopped. He's on medium tires, isn't he? We expect him to go for 2-stopper. I think he eat the Cookie at this stage of proceedings, unless he gives us a proper swerve. Might be on the medium to hard tires there, where most of the grid there. Everyone who was on the soft tires might be having to do a 2-stop strategy, going for soft, medium. Perhaps then that would be well, that's just my guess then. I could be completely wrong, which I normally am as well then. Now then there's a Fireshot. It's still keeping tabs there for Emerson at the moment, and I'm wondering how Emerson's feeling then after the contact of himself and Granted there. Unfortunately for Emerson now, he's down in 4th position, but he is trying to eat into the gap between himself and Milan at the moment, which is standing at 3.8 seconds at this stage of proceedings. Itchy is now attacking Mumford. Actually, we're on board of Itchy then. He is currently in 15th position. There's Mumford, who is in a 14th position as well. Then Mumford there, who is not in the points at the moment. And once again, he was targeting some good points here tonight, but that is not coming to fruition at the moment. Back with this battle here then, because Fireshot is all over the back of him. With all the back of him, so these two are just stealing the show at the moment, aren't they? They're having a really good old Rosberg and Hamilton-esque kind of battle, aren't they? Good stuff indeed then, as Someone has just jumped right up and right down. Lights has actually gone flying up to, it's actually gone flying down to 18th there. Itchy is past, where is he? Oh, goodness me, that's contact, where is he? He's on the outside. And now Mumford is going up the inside as well. It's the battle for 14th and 15th position then. At the moment then with Lights very much out of, I'm sure he's still in second position. It's the Tansy self-succession there. Lovely shot here as Itchy is going to go on the outside. But Mumford is having none of it as well. Is Itchy going to go back on the inside? Not yet. So Itchy has the tyres at the moment then. Can he... sorry, I just read in the comments there, but can he get past that as well? Just taking a look to see where Lights is. Lights is still in, he's still in third position at the moment then, so I'm not sure why he dropped down. Jonathan has passed the champion of season 1, which is Nigel there, so Jonathan then on his way then, the man who started third on the grid there, and he is definitely he's doing a good job. Jonathan is very good pace indeed there. As Gavin has just asked, I'm back, what did I miss then? Well, at the moment there's been a very interesting race, hasn't it, so far? Lovely shot here from Farshot. Unfortunately, Emerson there is down the order. Oh, goodness me, what was that? There was a car just in front of us then. Milan has taken the lead then at the Bahrainian Grand Prix. Second position is Farshot. Farf is in third position there. We've got Lost Souls full fame with Alhan in fifth position. Eat the Cookie is on the hard tires then. Oh, goodness me, no, but look at this. This is not. Jonathan is in front of Cookie. Jonathan is in front of Cookie there. He's gone for the undercut. Nigel, can he get past Cookie as well? Not quite then. So Cookie is out right behind Jonathan. Jonathan is on the medium tires. He has to strike whilst the iron's hot, so to speak, doesn't he? And they're coming now up into a turn 4 as well. And this has been an incredible place to watch the race, hasn't it? Where there's toing and throwing all up and down the grid. Then good stuff indeed. Then now they're coming down there once again. So Jonathan has the de facto race lead at the moment, doesn't he? But we think he has to stop one more time on those medium tires. That we don't think Eat the Cookie does that, because he is on the one-stop strategy from medium to hard then, which you think would be going to the end of the race from here. Favre could potentially be a dark horse here in third position, but once again Favre's lap counter is not counting very well, is it? As unfortunately fortunately for him, he's got no tyres, has he, on there? Remember, in Bronzo, Favre had too many laps there on those medium tyres there. But let's see if he judges it right this time around as well. So at the moment then we've got 8/10 of a second in between Lost Souls and Favre. But as we said, we expect Favre to be taking the lead in the next couple of laps or so, because those hard tyres. It's Sam's off the track then, and he's gone off the track there. Turn 12, let's turn 13 actually, and he's just recovering now. What a shame now. Into the pits there comes into the pits comes Milan, and he was the race leader for a lap. He is in and out as well. Cookie is now gaining on Jonathan. Cookie is gaining on Jonathan. He's going to take third position. He does take third position from Jonathan. Jonathan is not giving up there, is he? Look at that. Look left. He's through. He's back through as well. Jonathan not giving an inch there. Good stuff indeed there for Jonathan there. Really well done indeed there. Cookie going for his 4th race win of his ALR career. Remember, as I said, the record is 5 race wins in a row, held by Jochen, which he could tie in Vietnam in a week's time. Then good stuff indeed there. Farshot and Dan Murphy are also battling side by side as well. Where is Dan Murphy? Dan Murphy is still in 8th position because 9th is Farshot. They got too many. These names are too silver, aren't they? So Murphy is still in 8th position, and also in the background as well we've got Itchy and Mumford still very much on each other's toes. And good stuff indeed there. Darren wants Forest Tires. He won Forest Tires from Australia in bronze there. Goodness me, of course they went pop, didn't they? Young Lights in the background as well. There is Young Lights and Milan in the background there in 5th and 6th position at the moment now. Very much in close company. The pace is very improved this season, hasn't it? Because look at this, Emerson there is still 3 seconds away from Lights and Milan. Then both those two are very strong drivers, haven't they? This season bringing absolutely fantastic stuff there. The Favre is still leading at the moment there, but Alhan is still out there. He's very good at looking after these tyres, isn't he? Alhan is. I'm wondering if he might think about an alternative strategy and going to soft then to the end of the race, doing a opposite. No, he's coming in the pits, and Sam has got a 3-second penalty as well from Mobile One. Is Eat the Cookie is past Jonathan. He moves up into the lead then. Is Jonathan going to try and come back out and go into turn 1? Not quite. He just shows the nose cone of that McLaren, the bright orange McLaren. But Cookie should be away, and away he's gone indeed. Favre is our new leader here in Bahrain, and he's got a 3.8 second deficit over Eat the Cookie at the moment. Milan in 4th position. Lights is in 5th position. Emerson 6th. Farshot is 7th, and then Itchy 8th, and down there there is, of course, on the turn to stride there after also coming to blow after having some issues at the beginning there and caused damage in the car, and he is right down the order. Same with Grant as well. There's a lot of big names that are not in the correct positions at the moment, are they? And it just shows how tight this grid is this season, because they are not coming back through the field, are they, at this stage of the proceedings? And we're just coming up to half distance here in Bahrain then. On board Vichy once again, then Itchy is got to say, I was saying that it was all about Emerson and Farshot, but it seems that the gap has grown between them two, hasn't it? Incredible stuff. So the star of the show is now going to be Itchy, Mumford, and look in the background, that's Lost Souls as well, on the new hard compound to the end of the race with Alhan as well. And I think Nigel is also in that battle as well. Nigel, remember, started right at the back of the field. He's up to 12th now. Can Nigel get some points? And he didn't score in Australia, did he? He did. He's got a very good DNF rate, hasn't he, Nigel? He doesn't retire from races often, but of course he was just he just didn't have the pace, did he, in Australia? On board Richard, and Richie's got some good pace though on this racing point. Eat the Cookie's now got a fast out race there, and he's extended his lead quite dramatically over Jonathan to 1.2 seconds in the matter of a space of 1 or 2 laps. Incredible stuff. Itchy is going on the curbs there just to minimise the slip angle. Back on board there, Itchy, and Mumford there is had a much better slingshot out of the final turn there, and Itchy has really lost the momentum down the back straight. But has he got enough top line speed in that racing point? We're back on board now. Mumford is trying to break the slipstream, but I think Itchy's going to be coming. He's coming like a freight train. Oh, there's a bit of contact on the rear wheel there, and Mumford there is still in front of the moment there. But Itchy, there's another DRS zone just here then, because the battle continues coming up the hill as well. There's Mumford, Itchy, and then we've got Lost Souls and Alhan as well. Murphy has got past Mr. Lee. He is having a 16th position. Murphy is, but having a pretty poor race. Same with Grant as well. I think that those guys might be hoping for a safety car of some kind, really, because apart from that, I don't see them coming back in the race as it stands at the moment there, because the pace is just not there for the guys, are they? Itchy is now under a lot of pressure then from Lost Souls, and Lost Souls is very much all over the back of Itchy as we come down into turn 10 as well then. A lovely shot here from the Williams, a lovely shot indeed then. That in the background is Alhan, who is just outside the points head, but I think that Lost Souls is looking forward, not backwards. There's only one Williams in the top 10 moment. They were the Constructors champions last season. Well, as it stands at the moment then, Williams are only going to be on course for 1 point at this moment in time now. Oh, and look at Mumford there. Goodness me, almost lost the car. Farf has lost the lead then. Farf has lost the lead then as Eat the Cookie takes the lead of Bahrain once again then. And he is very familiar with this stage of proceedings, isn't he? Jonathan is 2 seconds away at the moment. Itchy's on the inside, on the outside. No, he's on the inside. In out, shaking all about kind of thing then. And now we got Lost Souls as well, also side by side with Mumford as well. Mumford is a sandwich. He's a sandwich. Oh my goodness me, look at that then. Itchy straight in for straight line speed then, and now Lost Souls has got two cars in the space of 1. Oh my goodness me, they're getting very side by side. Oh, Mumford's got a stickle in there. Oh, and Hibali stays in 9th position, I should say that. Lost Souls in 8th position, Mumford 9th then, Itchy in 10th position, and now we got Alhan, who's 11th position as well. And this is the battle for 8th, 9th, 10th and 11th. One of these drivers will not get points if they of course, if they continue battling like this, because of course there's only points down to 10th position then. So Lost Souls then, has he got the pace set? He's got some clear air now. He's got 6.1 second gap between himself and Farshot. Let's see what Lost Souls could do there in clear air. He qualified 11th fastest in qualifying, didn't he? So of course he didn't look like he had too much pace there on the 1 lap pace, but let's see what he could do in the race, because race pace and qualifying pace is completely different, isn't it? Darren saying great action there, great freeway action there. It was really good, wasn't it? Free wide there, going down into turn 1. It was brilliant stuff, wasn't it? Really fantastic. I absolutely love that. Top notch indeed then. And now Granty is all over the back. Of course, these two men are the champion of ALR, aren't they? Nigel, season 1 champion. Granty season 2 and 3 champion, the first ever double world champion in ALR. And now then there's I've got to say, both these two are battling for 12th and 13th at the moment, haven't they? Landscape has changed very much in ALR this season, hasn't it? Goodness me. Of course, say in Australia it might have been looking as you were, but it's oh, Granty's off. Granty is off. He was on board with Granty, and he just got on the curb there, and he spun it around. Granty, the champion, is having a miserable time in this race, isn't he? Oh, what a shame that Farf is coming out of the pit. pits. Oh my goodness me! Alhan, Mumford and Farf is good. Don't worry, Farf has got himself into, and now he's coming side by side, coming up the straight as well. And Farf is doing at the inside. He passes. Does he? Does he? He does. There is Mumford on the outside there, and now Alhan is now. Oh my goodness me! This is getting very nip and tuck. Fantastic racing up and down though. How I gotta say, close racing. No contact or no major contact. It's just a bit of rubbing. Just a bit of rubbing there, but no major contact at this moment in time. Then impressive stuff indeed there from Mumford, Alhan, Farf, and Itchy there. Hats off to all those guys indeed there. Grant is saying the game is bad, then he's really strong at this stage, isn't he? He is down in 18th position, he's in the champions at the moment there. And Darren there is I think sharing the thoughts that all of us as well. It's incredible, isn't it? See Granty really strong at this stage of proceedings here in Bahrain. Alhan at the moment there is now going to be under the cosh, so to speak, from Itchy, who is having a great debut, isn't he? He's having a fantastic debut out there at the moment then. So now then we're on board with Itchy then. He is now 10 seconds away. Mumford, Itchy and Alhan seem to be tied by the hip with each other at the moment, aren't they? They can't get away from each other then. They say come out of the final turn then. And Alhan then, look at this. It's like, oh, they all come in the pits. No, Alhan is not. He is not on the medium tires then. And the way to go then as well then. So Alhan is up into 9th position now then. So he's got some clear track now. Same with Farf as well. Farf is, well, he's only got a bit of clear track. He's only 1.2 seconds behind Lost Souls, and Murphy is back up into 10th position. 11th position at the moment. Laggy is up in the 12th position. Well, that's an empty grid box there. Just taking a look. So these guys coming out now in 14th, 15th position there. Also on the two-stop strategy. I don't think the two-stop strategies have really worked in the moment, is there? Jonathan is the highest of the two-stop runner at this moment in time, but he is he is currently down at, well, he's in second position, but he's 5.4 seconds away from Cookie, and Cookie is seemingly just walking away from this race there once again there, going for 4 wins in 4 races. Cookie is. He is absolutely incredible, isn't he? The Cookie is. Really, I gotta say, this man is on fine form. Is in the AlphaTauri, and got to say 2 wins from 2 in the first 2 races there, and really that's looking very formidable indeed, isn't it? And just on board there with Farfed, he's on the medium tires. I don't believe those laps there. He's apparently he's done 17 laps there on those medium tires. I don't think that's the case at all. But of course there. So I think Nigel, Farfed will be going to the end. And Nigel's got a 3-second penalty, and in 10th position at the moment now. Dan is 5 seconds away at the moment. Mumford and Sam are battling away as well, because now Mumford is up in the 14th position there. Sam is dropped down into a 15th position. So Mumford is back up there and past as well. We've also got Farf, who's up now on a good look there at the back of Lost Souls as well. Milan there is currently on his best race of his career there. Lights is about to equal his best race performance of his career at the moment there with 3rd position. Lovely stuff indeed there. Emerson is only 3 seconds away. Farf is on the outside. Farf is up into 6th position, or is he? Yes, he is, but Lost Souls is not giving up there. Oh, a bit of banging wheels there, and Farf is up into 6th position on a very strong racer. Jonathan on the free stopper is currently come out in 8th position there, but watch Jonathan's going to fly those for those 11-10 for those last 10 laps. Grant just at the fast lap of the race there, 27.8 there. He won't get that bonus point unfortunately because he is out of the top 10. And just coming back to this battle here, which is Mumford and Itchy once again there, and they just seem to can't get away from each other, can they? They're on the much fresher tyres of around them of Mr. Elite, Laggy and Dan, of course, so they might be quick towards the end of the race, but it's going to be very hard for them to oh goodness me, it's going to be very hard for them to get into the points at this stage of proceedings, isn't it? Which is unfortunate for them, because they've had an incredible race, haven't they? It's just the soft starting on the soft tyres just hasn't worked tonight, has it? And I think the silver and the bronze guys are going to be probably very interested in this, aren't they? And Drofast is very off the pace here tonight, isn't he? Down in 17th position, and Granty down in 18th position respectively. He's not on a good day at all. Those guys are they? Now as Lost Souls is trying to keep up with Farf, because he can maybe tag along with Farf and perhaps get some more positions for grabs. And in front of us is Farshot in a 5th position. 4th position is Emerson at the moment, and third is Light said. Second is Milan, and Eat the Cookie has had it all his own way, so to speak, so far in this race, hasn't he? He's done a very good job indeed there. Jonathan, you're going to see a flash of orange, I think, when we have a long shot, because it's the McLaren driver of Jonathan, which is the which is the McLaren driver, who is going to try and climb up the order as well. I think that Farfetch's going to try and get away as quickly as possible. There is Jonathan in the background as Granty passes Drop Fast and moves up into 70th position. And of course, that's the champion, Granty, who's of course he had 17 podiums last season, didn't he? Incredible stuff indeed. Well, this season he's already had a podium. If it's any, I think he's going to need a miracle to get on the podium from this stage of the race now, isn't he? Lost Souls then is still 8-10 to a second away at the moment. Let's take stock, shall we, on lap 20 out of 29 then. We have about 10 laps to go in this race and only 2 retirements then. Good stuff indeed then from all these guys up and down the field, and not many penalties as far as I can tell then. Eat the Cookie is in a commanding 11-second lead, almost 12-second lead now from Milan, who's second position. Milan, of course, made his debut in Australia. He has been brilliant in this tonight's race, hasn't he? The more traditional race circuit, isn't it? Milan is doing a good job there in the Alfa Romeo. Very good stuff indeed there from Milan. Impressive. Lights in third position there. Great drive from Lights there, underlining his potential, isn't he? He had a 4th in Australia. He's going down with 3rd today at the moment. We got a yellow flag. It's Mumford there has damaged the whole of the wing there, and a virtual safety car. It's a virtual safety car then. I think someone with drives would have been hoping for a full safety car. I was holding my breath then. I thought it would have been a full safety car. Mumford then, of course, once again, he's got some speed in the Alfa Romeo, but he just can't seem to hook a weekend up at the moment, can he? In that Alfa Romeo. What a shame then. Anyway, then, so Mumford is coming into the pits. We've got a couple of other drivers in the pits as well. Laggy in the pits on the soft tires. Mr. Elite also in the pits on the softs as well. Mumford there is had a speed infringement as well for coming in the pits there. It kind of underlines how much of a difficult race he is having at this stage. That is just changing the car, just changing those kind as well. Emerson in 4th position at the moment. Then we've got Laggy, who's had a drive-through penalty for speeding on the pit lane. Down in 16th position, Laggy Racer is at the moment. Emerson in 4th position at the moment. And 5th position is Farshot. He's on a great drive, Farshot. It might be my driver of the day. Really good stuff. Far for another great drive as well in 6th position there. Starting on the alternative strategy, doing a great job, and he's pulling along, and Lost Souls with him as well in 7th position. Jonathan there started on the soft tires, didn't he? And I think that might have been a compromised strategy, hasn't it? He's down to 8th position now after starting 3rd, but can he now get some points back on the board there for the McLaren team? McLaren looking strong here tonight, and Alhan in 9th position there in the second Mercedes. Once again, Alhan is just putting together a nice clean race there. This might be a second points finish for Alhan. 2 races in a row then, so looking very much like a point score at the moment. Alhan is lovely stuff indeed then. Nigel then finished outside the points in Australia last week. He's in the points at the moment, but there's a very fired up Dan Murphy in 11th position as well then. So Nigel might be struggling to get into the finish in the points at the end of this one, as Murphy was trying to salvage something of this event then. Itchy in 12th position. He's had a fantastic drive, hasn't he, Itchy? Brilliant stuff indeed then. 13th position is Sammy there. He's really struggled with track limits and qualifying, but he has improved his position. He's up to 13th now. Good stuff. Granty is bearing down. Oh, Sam going on cutting the grass there. Granty is bearing down on him, isn't he? Granty's just coming to the pits there after a mistake in the final turn there. Very unusual to see Granty making a mistake, isn't it? He is very much Mr. Consistency, but unfortunately not at this stage there of Bahrain then. Drop Fast has had a nightmare race in 15th position, hasn't he? It's unfortunate for Drop Fast. Laggy Racer on his birthday, unfortunately. Hasn't got much to write home about. In 16th position, also got a drive-through penalty as well, which could potentially drop him down to 17th or even 18th position as well. Mr. Elite then also down in 17th position. And Mumford in the pits is in the pits for the Alfa Romeo driver then. He's come back in the pits. Has he damaged the car again? Mumford? He has indeed then. So once again, he's also got a 5-second penalty as well. We couldn't see on board there from the Alfa Romeo driver, from the Alfa Romeo T-Cam, but that's a shame there for Mumford. He's changing the nose cone there. Mumford there, what a shame there. 2 races where he's been promised so much and delivered so little. What a shame there. And now then, as Granty is passed and moved up past Sammy and into 30th position, he has got a 20-second deficit between himself and the battle for 10th and 11th position there. Granty will need a safety car if he wants to get any points from today's race there for the for the defending champion then. So there is so that is the state of play here in Bahrain. We're on board and Lights in Milan there. And Murphy's over the 10th position there. He passes Nigel, and good stuff indeed there. But we got your flag out. Emerson is out of the race. Emerson is out of this race. What has gone on for Emerson? Just take a look to see where he is. He's on the outside. Oh my god, he's done. I'm looking the wrong way. Oh my goodness me. Emerson, of course, Hamilton crashed there in 2000. And in 2008 there, Emerson's done the same thing. That's a huge, huge shock then in Bahrain. And we got a safety car. And this has really shook things up there, hasn't it? Oh my goodness me. What a shame there for Emerson. Both the men who were looking so good in Australia, it's really shook up the, well, it's only the second race, but this has really shaken up proceedings then. And, Granted, now was on the soft tires. Well, I did say that some guys wanted a safety car. Granted was one of them. Well, he has a safety car. Really interesting stuff. That Eat the Cookie is in the pits. Then, of course, it's a no-brainer to come in the pits really, and a throw on a set of soft tires. Emerson, a huge, huge blow for Emerson. Listen to these stats here from Emerson in terms of his DNF record in 38 starts for Emerson. He's only ever had, well, in his 39th start, this is his third DNF. So it's a very rare thing for Emerson to retire from his third DNF in 39 race starts. It's absolutely incredible. Milan has stayed out then, and remember we seen a couple of this in Australia, didn't we? And it didn't pay off then, but Milan is rolling the dice then. Here, let's see what he can do then. Lights there is coming out of the pits as well. Lost Souls is also in the pits as well then. Laggy Race has got a 3-second penalty then. Favre is coming out in 5th position as well then. Good race for Favre. Lost Souls out there as well. Jonathan there in 7th position now on the soft tires. Alahan also changing tires as well. Murphy in the pits as well. Hopefully he can get some positions for the end of this race as well. Nigel probably would have liked this race to well, probably wouldn't like to have safety car really, just the first safety car would have helped him nicely. Itchy in the pits as well then. You know, he's going to be changing for the medium soft tires, as well as the Racing Point guys didn't seem to be too ready for his car. I think he was still just sorting out the still sorting out the Oda pit box there, weren't they? Everyone is on the soft tires now, apart from Milan there. Usually when someone goes against the grain, I'm not saying he's wrong there, but this is going to be a very it's going to be a very interesting end to the race, isn't it? And I think Mumford there, unfortunately I don't think he'd be allowed to overtake, otherwise he could have had a reprieve in this race, couldn't he? I was just about to say Milan was having a great race, but this, I think that might be a mistake there from Milan. He wanted to roll the dice, doesn't he? I think that whatever he's going to do, he had to do something different, did he, to Cookie, but he might be he's going to be a roadblock, I think, for Cookie for a lap or two, but that's about it then. So I think unfortunately Mumford will not be allowed to overtake then, so I think that this has also effectively ended Mumford's race of points anyway then. So we're just now waiting for the cars to line up then, and Emerson and ALR race, as I said, only his third retirement in 39 race starts. Emerson's only retired 3 times, hasn't he? His lack of DNFs has really made him a formidable force in ALR, and well, that's an absolutely incredible start here in season 4 of ALR on Formula 1 2020. Oh gosh, that's absolutely that's incredible, isn't it? It's really thrown a spanner in the works there. Burmeilander is out in the race, is out on the racetrack at the moment then, because of Emerson's retirement as well. That's only our third retirement in this race. Actually, it's been a very I guess it's been a very clean race, hasn't it? Not many rubbing of wheels or banging of wheels or any incidents to really report on, has there? Well, we'll soon find out after this race, but so far so good. That usually the safety car does really bunch up and just kind of everything just becomes anarchy, doesn't it? But Milan is leading then. Only a second race start in ALR, hasn't he? He's been fantastic, hasn't he? Milan he's been brilliant, but I feel that the hard tires, 11.5 hard tires compared to the fresh, the ultra fresh, the ultra soft tires, he might not be able to have a defense then, but I could be wrong then. Milan might throw his ultra defensive move then. Really good stuff indeed then. So we're just waiting for oh no! Young Lights has left the session and no, it's Young Lights has left the session and this was a golden opportunity there for Young Lights to perhaps have a chance of maybe his first race win in ALR. This will be his best race finish, I think, of second position. He had third position, I'm sure he had third position in Italy, didn't he? Or somewhere around there. But oh my goodness me, Young Lights, can he get back in the car before he starts off? And look at this, and look who's in the background. That's a very scary fault indeed there. Well, Mumford has decided to release himself, and good stuff indeed there from Mumford. Young Lights is back in the session. Can he get back in the car then before we are green in Bahrain for one more time then on that 25 29 then? Oh, this is going to get excited, everyone. So Hold on to your hats, everyone. This is going to be good something. Thank you for all the comments as well, and this has been brilliant stuff. And almost 200 comments. Safety cars in this up then. Unfortunately, Mumford there will not catch up to the end. Will not catch up to the safety car. Now Milan has really got to. Well, he's going to be under so much pressure. Lights is still not in his car. Lights is still not in his car. He needs to get in his car. He's joined the session. He's joined back in. He just needs to get back in the car. Gavin is saying this is going to be a hell of a start. He's also Darren says it's going to be a hell of a start. What a shame. For Lights. He is back in the car now. Let's get back racing, shall we? Milan then is back up. Look at this then. Milan is not going, is he? He is holding them up then. As you cannot pass until the start finish line. Nobody. Now we're go. And now then Milan then is really starting to. He's feeling defensive, isn't he already? And look at the guys in the background there. They're really fighting over the same piece of tarmac. Going into turn one then. Milan is. Oh my goodness me! They're going forward. Farf's been spun around. Farf's been spun around. There's contact. And the Ferrari driver Farfar has had a fantastic race. And we've got two racing points here very close as well. Murphy's on the pole start. And look at this. And Milan is still defending for his word fed. We've got a bit of lag going on over there as well. Fireshot's having a look up the inside there. Milan is still leading in second position. Is Cookie. Then we got the lights of Fireshot and Jonathan. And what's going on in the background as well? We've got a force. It's Dan Murphy who's off the track then into turn number 8 as well. Goodness me then. Oh, lights has gone. Oh my goodness me. Also, oh no, and it's gone. Anarchy Grant, up into 8th position as well. And then Farfit. Oh, Farfit Grant going side by side. We got another yellow flag in there as well. Oh my goodness me. It's absolute chaos, pandemonium here. And Cookie now leads the race then. Fireshot is back in the second position. Alhan is 4th, Laggy 5th, Nigel 6th. Mr. Elite 7th, Grant 8th. We've got yellow flags again then. And I'm not sure who's it for then. Cookie is now starting to stretch his leg. Milan doing a good job there in second position on those used tyres then. Oh goodness me then. And then now there's Lights there, it's dropping down the order. I'm not sure who's had damage or what then. Fireshot is back up in the second position. Lights is having a couple of issues with connections by the looks of it. As we're coming into the final stage of this Bahrainian Grand Prix. Firefit's a yellow flag again, and I think that's it. A section of the track where no one's in, to be honest. So I'm not sure how that's working. And now Milan is dropping down the order there because look at him as Alhan third. Brilliant stuff from Alhan, fantastic. Mr. Elite, look at that. That's Grant. He's now moving up in the 6th position there. Never say never in this race. Incredible stuff. Granty there is showing incredible fortitude here, isn't he? He's up into 6th position. Granty is where he had no hope, did he? A couple of laps ago, did he? And then the safety cars really brought things back into action here. Lights is getting up in 8th position as well. Farfy was in course for some major points there. Is down in so Lights are dropping. Oh goodness me! Lights is ghosting Lights is, and oh gosh, and look at this as Elite there trying to get out of the way as well. And now oh goodness me, it's getting all hot and heavy here in Bahrain, isn't it? Goodness me. Milan there is still fantastic. Lights is lagging, is really causing some issues, isn't it, between Mr. Elite Farf and the guys behind him there, isn't it? So that's not looking good at all, is it? Milan still in 4th position there. Good stuff. I thought he's going to drop down like a stone. Eat the Cookie is still second. Farf is past Mr. Elite's moved over the front position. Mr. Elite's trying to go on the outside. Where's Droftas? Droftas also on a miserable race up until the safety cars up into 9th position there. Incredible stuff indeed. Then Granty is now in 6th position as well, the world champion. Good stuff indeed there. As Lost Souls then, as giving a 5-second penalty there for cutting the corner down. It's Sam is off the track there, having some issues there, Sam is. And we've got Lights there, who is not in that last position there. And lap 28, and Eat the Cookie is set the fast out of the race, and Fireshot second. Alhan in 3rd position there. And now it's Nigel moved up to 4th position. Nigel's up in the 4th position. He is up in the 4th position. Incredible stuff, Ben. And he goes up into 4th position now. But no, Milan there, who is on the hard tyres. He's done 14 laps on these hard tyres. He is being swamped, isn't he? Now the champion, Granty, is the sandwich between the champions, isn't he? And they come up into it's Milan there. That's the Verstappen-esque maneuver. But him Granty on the outside there. Much more purchase, much more grip there. And he is up in the 6th position. Love it. No, 5th position, I should say. Really good stuff indeed. Then unfortunately Milan there possibly should have come in on the soft tyres. But of course there, we've got to say, he's made an incredible end to the race, hasn't it? Itchy in 10th position. Jonathan down in 11th position at the moment there. Currently, we've got a yellow flag there. It's what's happening? Just taking a look then as well. It's I'm just having a look look, see what's occurring. Cookie leads. Second is Fire Shot. Alhan third. Well done. Both Mercedes are doing a cracking job there. Now we got Granty, who is really causing Nigel some problems once again. Then, wow, incredible stuff here in this race. Then, oh, I'm absolutely loving this. This is brilliant stuff, isn't it? I gotta say, a very carbon calculated race has just turned into absolute pandemonium, hasn't it? Which is standard ALR stuff, really, isn't it? Basically, and I'm also joking as well. Oh gosh, oh my goodness me, that's Lights, that's also Fire, Milan's in trouble, Lights has gone wide, oh my goodness me, that's a ghost, and I don't even know where it falls, oh my gosh, and look at that, there's Lights, a lovely shot there of the hybrid Honda powered Red Bull. Graham Farfus now up at 2 and 6 position, Lights there, Siren down the inside, is there going to be contact? No, very controlled there indeed, lovely stuff there, and Jonathan and Lights. Jonathan is where is and who's out? That's Lost Souls. He's gone right off the track there. Granty's up in the 4th position. Granty is up in the 4th position there, and he is and Nigel dropping down into a 5th position there. Incredible stuff here in this race. Follow out the Bahrain. As Nigel getting a bit squirrely indeed there, but Nigel getting some major points there. Now we got Milan in 7th, and Lights on Fickers in 8th position there. 9th position is dropped out, and Mr. Elite is 10th. Jonathan on Fickers just outside the points spot with Murphy's on the inside. Lost Horses left the session. Murphy's on the inside. That's only 11th, I believe, if I'm not very much mistaken, because I think Lights is actually in a it's actually in a potential, as I've just... Oh, my goodness me! Lights is in a potential 9th position, 8th position, I don't know. Oh, and we're on the final lap, somehow, of this Bahrain Grand Prix. And it was very, I gotta say, very calm in the opening stages, but that really wasn't towards the end, was it? Cookie, 4 out of 4 wins then for the Cookie. 4 races, in 4 races, he's won 4 times. Farashah is 2nd. Alhan, what a drive in the 3rd position. Granty on the cusp. Basically, it was a bad day for Granty. He somehow finished 4th. Far 5th. Milan 6th. Droffar 7th. Murphy 8th. Jonathan 9th. And Nigel 10th. And in the end, what a shame for Nigel. Outside the points is Elite. 12th is Itchy Sam. Laggy, Lost Souls, Mumford, and Young Lights. I think that Young Lights might actually be 8th, actually, and Murphy 9th, and Jonathan 10th, which was Nigel just outside the points in 11th position, I believe. But don't quote me on that. Is that Laggy racer there? End his race in a 40 position. Lost Souls is retired from the race. Oh, and Mumford has gone off backwards there. And I think that's really, he had a very good strong to the race, hasn't it? But unfortunately, it just didn't come to fruition, did it? Medstra Work has just said, I like your commentating. Thank you, my good man. We have also got Darren saying, what a comeback, Granty. It really was brilliant stuff indeed then. But 4 out of 4 wins today. 4 out of 4 wins from Eat the Cookies. 1 away from joining the record of 5 race wins in a row, which is actually set by Jochen, as I said earlier on. Then incredible stuff. Way back in season 1. Of course, that was back in Monaco season 1. Then so incredible stuff there from Cookie. Farashah gets driver of the day then, and I gotta say, you can't really argue with that, because he did some phenomenal drive, didn't he? Phenomenal, really good stuff indeed there from Farashah. Absolutely splendid stuff, and indeed then. And there it is, Eat the Cookie, 4 race wins in ALR. This is his 2nd race win of the season, and he has been the only man to stand on top of the podium there. Really good stuff indeed, but Farashah, what a drive to 2nd today. After his early exit in Australia, he got 2nd today. Brilliant stuff indeed there. And I think it was Alhan finished in the 3rd position as well. I completely forgot who finished 3rd there. Wow, impressive stuff indeed then. Let's take a look at the following classification, shall we? And the guys who finished 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and I think it was 8th as well. Yes, all didn't get any penalties, so brilliant stuff indeed there. Eat the Cookie from pole position to checkered flag there today. Good stuff indeed there. Farashah in 2nd, great drive. 3rd position, Alhan. Granty, what a drive there to 4th in the end now. I think safety car really helped him out, didn't it? Farf in 5th position. Milan in 6th position. What could have been there? Droffar 7th. Murphy in 8th position. 9th position is Jonathan. And 10th position is is Nigel, Elite 11th, Itchy 12th, Sam 13th, Laggy 14th, Souls 15th, 16th is Mumford. I'm sure Lights finished 8th actually, perhaps then. Then retirements, we got Emerson, Tansy and Exile all retired from the Bahrainian Grand Prix. Absolutely absolutely brilliant stuff there from all those guys there. And I have been joined in the gantry with the two guys who are on the rostrum, and really good stuff indeed then. So guys, then I gotta say that was a brilliant race. Let's start with Fireshot first, shall we? Fireshot, you got driver of the day. Brilliant.
Yeah, pretty amazing race. I didn't even believe it, to be fair, after the first run.
In qualifying, it looked like you struggled, but I got to say the first opening laps was absolutely fantastic. How you navigated yourself through the field there. That was brilliant stuff indeed. Then was that a plan, or was it you just kind of going off instinct?
Well, more likely instinct, because I didn't want to place myself like on the inside, so I went tried and go on the outside.
Oh, absolutely excellent stuff indeed. Then is this the start of your championship campaign now?
Probably not with Granty and Emerson all, but hopefully like top 5 again.
Oh, brilliant stuff indeed. Well done, Fireshot. Absolutely fantastic. And driver of the day as well. I got to say, we could arguably say that Alham possibly should have got driver of the day, because my goodness me, he was he came under the radar right at the end there. Alham, what a drive to third position today. I got you really picked your spots there, didn't you?
Shucks.
It's not where you start, it's where you finish, and you finished a fantastic third today. And I was saying in commentary about you being a points collector where just before that safety car period, but my goodness me, no penalties either, which also really kept you that position as well. So fantastic clean driving out there today. Impressive.
Yeah, thanks very much, my dude. It's a shame for Nigel as well that he did get some penalties, because third and fourth on track, or fifth in the end, I think, with Granty passing him last lap, but it would have looked a really good result.
It really would have, and Mercedes was very strong up there as well. Brilliant stuff indeed. Let me just make sure there's no one else in the party before I cut it off, and I think there is actually. It is Granty. Goodness me, I almost cut it off there. Granty, I got to say, an absolutely incredible drive. It seemed very uncharacteristic earlier on there, where he was really. I think last time we seen you was pointing the wrong way in the last turn, but that safety car came out, and my goodness me, you flew back up through the field as well. I got to say, that's very much definition of never give up. Fantastic.
Yeah, definitely. I felt like I was out of the race. I wanted to retire really early on in the stages when I was on the hards, mate. I just felt like I couldn't get up to, 13th, 12th, or wherever I was catching, and going to pit again because the hards wouldn't have lasted. I was just hoping for a safety car, and thankfully it was on my side. A bit unlucky on Emerson. I actually hit him to start off with. That's how it all started off, to be honest. I got a 5-second penalty for it, and I'm obviously really sorry about that. But yeah, I mean, I'm still getting used to the traction, mate. It's really hard, man. But yeah, really good race today. Happy with that safety car.
Absolutely fantastic stuff. That is definitely why you should never give up in Formula 1. Brilliant stuff indeed then. With just 5 laps to go, Granty was looking at the abyss and he got into 4th. Wow, done. Incredible stuff. Right, of course, tomorrow night then we've got more action as it is silver tomorrow night at 7:30 UK time. We're back in Bahrain again before going to bronze then for one final time around the desert. Next week though, we're at Vietnam. I'm looking forward to that one. That was going to be anarchy. I'm looking forward to it. Join us though tomorrow night, because before then we're back in Bahrain. See you tomorrow.